It's my fault. However, it's not because we weren't ready. I sent the link, but I didn't send the link. Like, I put it in the chat box, and then I went onto my phone because I wanted to share photos with Horror. Thought nothing else of it. And I kept sitting here going, I wonder where she is. Well, she's not on yet, so I added a few more because I've got a new toy, by the way, guys. In case I haven't you don't remember, I got a new toy, right? And I got it to monitor all different things. By the way, if you want to, like, all right, ADHD moment. I've had my second, technically fourth pod of coffee for the day because I do 2 pods per cup of coffee and it's 20 ounces each. So ADHD moment. If you're gonna get a Fitbit but you have a cell phone plan, get one of these instead. Get a Galaxy Watch 6, not 5. Get a 6. These things are fucking amazing.
I have an active 2.
See, the 2 that I heard everything but the 5 is great. And here's why I like this one. And I'm going to talk about it more on my stream tomorrow, guys. This one monitors my steps, how much active time I've had during the day, the calories I've burned. It can monitor my goals for walking, running, cycling, and it monitors my heart rate. When I go to sleep, it can tell when I go to sleep.
This one actually does all that same stuff.
And this one also, it can monitor my skeletal mass and my fat mass.
That's why I want to upgrade, because this one can't do that.
This one also can do an ECG rather.
Can do that, but it's not working. It's the other reason I want to.
Can monitor my oxygen levels in my body. No, stop that. And although I haven't downloaded it yet because, as you guys know, I'm weird about it, I can also enter in all the food I've done for the day.
Yep.
So I'm really like, and that's just the basic shit this thing can do. Seriously, that's the basic shit. I could do more, and this is only going to cost me $15 a month. Whereas I think a Fitbit program is like $50. To do this on a Fitbit, to have it active, you have to pay a monthly fee, and it's more.
Seriously?
I think so, yeah. The last time I checked, it's one of the reasons why I haven't gotten a Fitbit, because to begin with, to get the one that I wanted, it was going to cost me between $200 and $300, right? Because I wanted to make sure it was waterproof, I wanted to make sure it was durable, and I wanted to make sure it was slim.
Right.
So I wanted to get one of those really nice up-to-date ones, okay? This one is already waterproof. It has a whole little one button. You know what I'm talking about with that.
Yeah, mine. That's why I got the active when I got it, because it had that same thing.
Right now,
I'm glad to know. I was worried about that with the 6, but I'm glad to hear that the 6 has that. So yeah, that's going to be my Christmas present.
And I bought a bunch. Like, here's what I'll tell you. One of the best parts about it: you can buy an elastic band on Amazon for fucking cheap, wicked cheap. And technically, this is a band for a 5, but it still fits the 6.
This one's actually magnetic.
Yeah, see, I can't do those because of the little. So I love to play with those bands. You put them on my arms because of my eczema and psoriasis. The scales on my skin flake up and it catches everything. So it just feels like teeny tiny pinpricks all along. It's like the metal is nice and tactile, and I like it.
I play with it a lot.
And exactly. And then it catches my skin and my hair, and I'm like, so it's.
Thankfully, I don't have that problem. The problem I do have, and that's after having this band for over a year, the edges on here have roughened up to the point that occasionally they catch fabric.
Really?
Yeah. So I've got it
right now for Amazon Black Friday sales. You can get 2 of those, a rose gold and a rainbow. I think like $12.
Nah, I'm broke.
Well, I'm just saying.
Beyond broke. I'm broke until I get paid on the 1st.
But
I'm so broke.
Right. I have a little surprise for all of you.
Oh, you hear that?
Some of you already know about it if you were watching my cooking stream all the way till the end. Let me go see if I can get the surprise. While I do, Horror, why don't you tell everyone about your Thanksgiving, and I'll be back.
Eh. Sadly, there's not a whole lot to tell. Well, there's a little bit to tell. My aunt and uncle came up to visit and didn't tell us ahead of time that they were bringing their dog. Their dog is not a large dog, but he's also not a small dog. I'd say he's a good 30 pounds, maybe. Not huge, but not tiny. Hey, Yoshi. Um, so we had 5 dogs in the house to start with for the week. My 4 and that one. Then my cousin would bring over his dog, who is my Bruce. So 6 dogs. Then my friend left town, and Mom and I forgot that we had said we would watch her 2 dogs, which were also my puppies. So we're up to 8 dogs. And then my cousin's friend brings over his dog, who is probably 100 pounds. No, 75, maybe 80. And yeah, so we had 9 dogs in the house for Thanksgiving. It was entertaining.
I want to
And
know.
who is this?
This is Luna. I know you gotta get down, you angry girl. Who remembers her? Who remembers Sunny? Horror, you won't. You didn't know me then.
Mm-mm.
Sunny. Let's see if he comes to me. Sunny Bunny. They're running around the house. You have to be an OG follower to know who Sunny and Luna are. When I first started this in 2020 and 2021, the first kittens I rescued amongst the original pile were Sunny and Luna. And I adopted them out. And they were to my husband. There he is, Sunny Bunny. Come here, big boy. You just ate 3 meals. Come on. I know, life's hard. Sunny is Bastion's
hello, pretty boy.
and we believe the older brother of the 3 troublemakers, the triple threat. I know, Sunny Bunny. Hi. Go ahead, go back to eating, you glutton. My 1,000 follower video Q&A, they're in the video. They're widow babies. I'm going to see if I can go through it. But the landlord of my husband's best friend copped an attitude out of nowhere and pretty much said he gave my husband's best friend an ultimatum. And so my rule is, this is my rule. The only other kittens I've adopted out, there's about 4 others. If you were following my Instagram stories, there's Voorhees, there's Willow. There is Julian, there's King Tut. Actually, there's also Zippy. And there's Shrimp. It's actually more than I realized. And there's more than that. It's just there's a lot to keep up with. And they all know the same rule. Except Zippy went to one of my very, very good friends, and she knows the drill. And Shrimp went to a fellow rescuer, so all's good. But anyways, if you cannot keep the cat, it goes back to me.
Yep.
And so the day he got that news, which was as I'm finishing the cooking stream 2 Tuesdays ago or 3 Tuesdays ago, as I was finishing the stream, Starman gets the phone call. And I'm like, because he called me while I was on stream, and I'm like, I'll call him later. And then when Starman's home, I said, hey, call Ray. And that's when he called him. And I found out. And if you go to the stream, I'm like, they're coming back. Starman didn't even attempt to argue with me. I said, what's going on? He said he can't keep the cats. I said, they're coming back here. Tell him, just tell me when they're coming back. And Starman didn't even blink. He knew better. Don't argue with me. It's happening. Because these are not my cats. I mean, they're my cats, but they're not mine. And the thing is, he wants them back.
Right.
He loves these cats. It's just right now, they have to stay with me.
Right.
They were thrilled to see me. They haven't seen me in almost a year. They have not seen me in a long time. And they were like, oh, Mom, it's back. Like they were so thrilled. So it was adorable. They're being a bit of a pain in the ass, and Orion has been terrible. Oh my god, he's been so bad about stalking him. But mostly because this is Luna's first night out of the crate.
Oh yeah.
She was attacking. Um, she was attacking the kittens and everyone else, so we kept her in the crate. Sunny, on the other hand, wanted to be with everyone. But hi Toasty, and also geez Louise.
I call him Marcus.
Marcus. You couldn't have waited. We see you, Marcus. No. But yeah, so that's been on top of everything else. But I had fun updates about the cats, and it was something I wanted to talk about today because I don't know if it happened with your dogs after your pup passed on.
They did okay. I think the fact that they were there when it happened really kind of helped them in the transition. So, yeah.
I'm judging you.
I'm not going to have that song stuck in my head for the rest of the evening. Thank you, Mephisto.
So, unlike with the dogs, apparently in my house, the cats realized a gap had been left of activity.
Oh no.
Naughty making. You know, Zorro's not here anymore to pee where he's not supposed to. Zorro's not here anymore to try to take food out of your plate. Zorro's not here anymore to get on the counter and then stare at me like I got 10 heads when I yell at him. So you'll never guess. You know what? Dead ass, you'll never guess. Mainly because you probably don't know all the animals. And two, because it even caught us off guard.
Mm.
Nova, my sweet little screaming baby.
We're surprised.
This fucking bitch. She has torn apart the counter nearly daily.
Oh, shit.
Like, knocks shit on the ground level. Someone, we don't know who, is projectile pooping by the door to the carport.
Projectile
daily.
Pooping?
Like, it has
Wow.
to. Like, and we're finding it the next day, daily cleaning it. Somebody decided to pee all over the hallway floor, like the entryway into the kitchen living room. The 4 most affected by Zorro passing, which again, just did not expect, is Axel, I kind of expected. Nova totally caught me off guard. Sinbad, shockingly enough, and Arya. They
Really?
Fuck all crazy. Completely different. We love it. So great. And then somehow, Calliope. I don't know if you guys notice how this keeps changing back here. I've given up on keeping my desk neat. Every single day, horror. Every day. At least twice a day. She is jumping on here as if she is escaping a tidal wave. And she knocks everything down. Everything. And then I have to come in and try to discover what's missing, what's been destroyed, what has been knocked down. We never know, and I love my husband to death, but he somehow never tells either. I'm like, you didn't. I'll come in after. I'll be like, you didn't notice the makeup, the art supplies, and the boxes on the floor? They weren't there before. That's not where I store them. Oh, I didn't notice.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm probably a little more in line with the type of person your husband is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. We've already established you're the Starman and I'm the sheep.
Yeah, at least in the cleanliness regard. Yeah, for sure. Because I just do not, unless it's directly in my way, does not.
But when I say to you, honey, go in and look in the only place she does this and see if anything's changed.
Oh, no, that I can do. That I can handle. It's if you expect me to notice it. Like if I walk in the room on my own, and I'm focused on getting to my desk and doing whatever I'm going to do. So everything else, don't
Yeah,
exist.
I can
So
understand that. I could. It's the rest. But yeah, so that's been like, oh, and then on top of it, just to add an extra layer of deliciousness, Nova has been puking more and not eating as much. And
oh
so she
no.
miraculously lost a lot of weight.
Mm.
So now I am trying the first step before I panic.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, it could be loss of summer coat.
Mm-hmm.
She does have extraordinary long fur. She has been being bad. So, because the poo poo problems coincided with the hairball treatment.
Mm.
So no more salmon oil.
Mm.
We even though it did make some cats fur really soft. Um,
Some
I'm
cats just can't do fish.
no. All my cats can do fish because they all eat the same exact thing. They all have the
Hey,
same.
Rachel.
I don't know if it's just, again, I have no idea. Honestly, horror, when I tell you, so it's all a very new experience for me. Animals that are usually the ones I can rely on to be good animals, they not being good animals. Axel has been up my ass sideways in worse ways. Like, he now, the moment I stop, guys, I couldn't go to the bathroom the other day because he stood on the toilet to try to get in my arms. I got off the toilet, I got onto the throne, and I leaned forward. He stood on my back. I was like,
Been there, done that.
and so it's like you're not allowed personal space.
Mm.
No.
Sounds like everybody's acting up from the missingness.
It's the
I
only thing to think of because nothing else has changed.
Yeah.
Like, so anyways, beyond that, by the way, everyone, I'm having a niece. I knew I'd have a niece, but there was a baby announcement.
I saw that. That was an adorable cake.
Wasn't it so cute? Tasted like shit, but super cute. And like, it was $12. I mean, we don't
And what do you expect for a $12 cake? Yeah.
exactly. Well, I mean, because I don't know if you saw the rest of the video, that little pile of pies and cookies.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so everyone greatly exceeded what they said they were going to bring, including myself. I didn't know everyone else was bringing pies like that. My second, I don't know what to call Marion. You're probably watching this. She always, by the way, guys, not just my mother-in-laws watch this. My brother's mother-in-law watches this. So everyone say hi, Marion.
Hi.
She was watching me when I was doing the cooking stream, and she said to my sister-in-law, "She's not cooking the pasta. How is she not cooking the pasta? How is this gonna?" And she asked me when I got to Thanksgiving, she's like, "Cassandra, how?" It was so cute. So I love her. And so they all brought stuff. And so I brought, because my boss's husband makes sweet potato pies for Thanksgiving every year. And my brother's father-in-law, I'm gonna call them like my in-laws adjacent. It's the only way I guess the only way to say it. My in-laws adjacent adored it. They went crazy. Supposedly, there were going to be no pies this year because my boss is having a lot of personal issues. She's going to be out of commission for a while.
Mm.
Next thing I know, day before Thanksgiving, we're bringing the pies.
What pies?
Pies. Oh, you're getting 2 pies, so make sure you take them to Marion and Woody. I'm like, okay, they'll be thrilled. They will be, and they were. So my dad brought a cheesecake. My dad brought cookies. My dad brought a pie. My in-laws adjacent brought cookies. My in-laws adjacent brought 2 pies. My brother and my sister-in-law brought 2 pies.
Oh my God.
I brought 2 pies, a box of chocolates, and a baking brie. On top of the green bean casserole and the mac and cheese. which the green shut up. And you have the right to your wrong and demonic opinion. It's okay.
Absolutely, you do.
It's all right. I understand you lack the ability to have joy. She doesn't like green bean casserole, guys.
I
Shun
understand
the
you
non-believer.
don't understand taste
Shun
or texture.
the non-believer. It's a lot of sweets. Mind you, guys, 90% of those sweets did not get eaten.
Oh, I'd hope not.
They're all sitting in our fridge. We were trying to pass them off like hot potato. Do you want it? No, I don't want it. Who's going to eat it? I don't know. Like, we brought them and nobody ate them. There's still a whole ass pecan pie and cookies sitting in my fridge.
Oh, God.
And I'm going to have to throw them out. I only wanted some slices of pie. And I
Rachel, this is why we're friends.
Shun!
Is the objective and morally correct position that green bean casserole is terrible?
The objective and morally correct position to shun the non-believer.
Exactly. If you don't believe green bean casserole is awful, you belong somewhere else.
I just want to state to everyone, okay? Mushrooms, green beans, fried onions, baked to golden deliciousness. What's there to hate?
Everything about it, because they don't belong together.
They not only belong together, they marry in a beautiful creamy deliciousness.
No.
And then you top it with the crispy deliciousness, and then you have this texture wonder. But you know what does make a difference? I'ma say it. If you ain't adding soy sauce to your green bean casserole, it's gonna taste like shite.
Oh my God, now you're just eating a literal salt bomb.
And?
No wonder. You're killing your taste buds with the salt. No wonder you eat it. Jesus Christ. And you can't taste it for the salt, so you think it's good.
Here's what I will tell you guys. Green bean casserole is the only side I like. But you know what I will tell you? What really sucked? I made a bomb-ass mac and cheese. I'm ignoring Rachel. I'm ignoring Rachel. She and I are not on speaking terms in this exact moment.
And forgot about olive oil? What's this? Aren't you Italian?
I really did. I forget what the combo was, but she meant like I forgot we were talking about, and for some reason, it was also like 3 a.m. I forget, out of everything, the one oil I forgot was olive oil.
Oh my God!
And I had mentioned like rapeseed oil. I mentioned sunflower oil. I mentioned avocado oil. I mentioned every oil, and I was like, I don't think there's anything else. And then Rachel's like, olive oil, and I was like,
hey, Darylyn.
About that. Oops. But I made an amazing mac and cheese. Amazing mac and cheese. Okay, guys, I need you to understand this. And I relied on Starman.
Ooh.
I relied on Starman to tell me when it was just bubbling.
Ooh.
Because I only wanted to par bake it. So that way I could just heat it up for a half hour before we left. So nice and hot, easy to scoop. Now, I was awful tired. Thanksgiving.
Uh-oh.
I had stayed up late the night before because I had to prep at work because of the whole thing going on. So I wasn't able to cook the night before like I wanted to. Okay, start with that. And I asked him. I said, babe, is it bubbling? And he went, yeah, just a little. Okay. 15 minutes later, I go over. Prepare yourselves because this is going to break all your hearts.
Oh, no.
The oil had already separated.
It
was bubbling all right with a thick layer of oil on top, and I had to rush to try to fix it.
Oh,
so
God.
I threw an extra cheese. I stirred it around as best I could. There was a burned layer on the bottom that thick. You have no idea, guys. It was so perfect. I'm going to show you how perfect it was, okay? Hold on. Because I took a picture of it when it was not burned. I took a picture. I'm going to send it to Horror. You're all going to see the absolute travesty that it was, because it looked so pretty. That's the worst of it. Like, even after, once I saved it with a little, well, I didn't save it. Once I tried to save it with cheese on top, I was like, okay, it's all right. It wasn't all right.
Mm.
No.
No, unfortunately, once you go that far, it's adios, muchachos.
Like, I'm gonna send these. I'm gonna show you guys. Yeah, it was guys. When I tell you, it took every ounce of me not to kill the man. And the thing is, he didn't. He knew not what he had done.
Oh no.
Look how beautiful and creamy that sauce is.
Oh.
Look how perfect it was. It was thick. It was ready. I
Now,
was
do you use a bechamel or?
so here's how I make my mac and cheese. I start with a single if it's a thin clove, 3 cloves of garlic and a whole onion shredded to like a paste.
Yeah.
Okay? And I butter saute it till it's lightly brown. Then I add the flour, so I make an onion roux.
Mhm.
Unconventional, but it works.
Flavor.
So
Yeah.
I make the onion roux. Great. I add a decent amount of butter because I don't want to oil the pan itself. I want to make sure that extra oil oils the pan, all said and done. Always works except for today. And so then I put in thick and ready, just like
We're not talking about your head right now, honey.
me. So don't use that phrase either. They can spin that one on you.
And he would.
Yep. Not spinning. Never mind. Anyways, that's the wrong kind of thirst we have in today, kids. And so then for the cheese sauce, so I use whole milk. Sometimes you can use heavy whipping cream, but I think sometimes it gets a little too thick with that.
Cold milk's better.
I did sharp cheddar. I did Colby Jack. And then I did smoked Gruyere, smoked Gouda. There was another cheese in there. I started just grabbing cheese because like it was on sale at Aldi's
Oh, nice.
and it was like good quality. And so yeah, I think I got like 2 different kinds. That's what it was. I got 2 different kinds of cheddar.
Mm.
And the Gruyere, the Gouda. Oh, the Velveeta. It's just a natural thing. You got to put Velveeta in there somewhere. And my mother's recipe was always a little bit of Velveeta. It added that color, this, that, and the other, and I always enjoy it. So then I make that sauce from there, but I don't use a lot of Velveeta. All right. It's just enough to add that little bit of, and it was perfect. It was enough to make 2. It was great. Where did it all go wrong? Oh, and then I topped it with Mexican 4 cheese.
Oh, nice.
So that way it added that queso and, it was. So it did taste good.
The parts that weren't burned, anyway.
Parts that weren't burned and dry. And when I tell you guys, I was so sad. I was so sad because that was what I was really looking forward to because I don't make my mac and cheese very often because it can be expensive.
It's a lot of cheese.
It's a lot of cheese is expensive. Now, thankfully, it wasn't too expensive because the cheese was on sale at Aldi's. It was like $3.99 for a decent chunk. And so that wasn't bad. It was just your heart breaks.
It's always depressing when something falls apart like that. Yes, Moon, I did cook for Thanksgiving. I made 2 turkeys. My mother always makes the stuffing because let's face it, when she does the stuffing, it comes out the best. And I made the gravy. Mom typically handles the sides anymore because she makes corn pudding, which I'm not a big fan of. I did make
Is that a
corn
savory
pudding.
or a sweet?
It's a savory. It's kind of sweet because it's corn, but it's not like a dessert pudding. It's a dinner pudding. Nachos are different, Rachel. Nachos are meant to... What? Oh, she just yelled at me that it's both. What else did I... Oh, I made possibly one of the best gravies I've ever made this year.
Really?
It came out so perfect. Just absolutely perfect. Why would I call the Butterball hotline? They're just going to tell me stupid shit. Then I brined the turkeys overnight outside. My mother was worried they were going to freeze because when we woke up in the morning, it was below freezing.
Oh, God.
It was fun. But and then I basted my turkey in butter and lemon and orange and rosemary. sage and thyme. And
Let
it
us
comes
show.
out really good.
Do you have any pictures of your Thanksgiving?
I forgot to take any.
Here's an edge of the pie pile.
Oh, God. Pie.
There's one homemade pie. 3 of the pies people bought. Cookies. That's my
Oh,
dad's
my gosh.
glasses. But look, you can even see, guys. Look at that
Yum.
mac and cheese. She tried. And that beautiful green bean casserole.
Ugh.
You can always tell when I bring stuff because I brand it. So I made my own spoon, my own spatula, and my blue baking sheets.
Those are very nice, yes.
Aren't they? I got them on Amazon. I kind of had no choice in the matter because all my old ones got destroyed.
Mm.
You lie. She's lying. I'm getting bullied.
You're fine.
I also horror, I sent you. I want you to go peruse through all the photos I sent you.
Yeah, the huge number of photos.
1 or 2, 80. And and I want to see if you can find the 2. There's 2 that I really thought would stick out to you. That you might want to talk about today because I still can't quite figure them out.
Can't quite figure them out. Well, I mean, I imagine you can figure the ones with your cats out.
Uh-huh. I'm waiting. I want to see her reaction. Blind reaction to the photos.
He's a cutie.
Those are all the babies. And I got a really cute shot of Greta and Daisy cuddling. Super adorable. Oh, I think she found it.
What's wrong with this dog?
I think she found
it. What the fuck happened to this dog?
How
is that an open class winner? A class of what? What is that dog?
I knew she did. Would you all like to see what horror is looking at? Would you all like to view what horror is having to be? This isn't funny. It's not funny, but I think they inserted something in the dog.
I mean, I guess on the plus side, I know there's plenty of room for his organs.
I think that's an implant. I think they stuck, like...
Why would you do that, though?
I don't know.
I can't even... Because of this, I'm having problems determining what breed it is.
It's a Doberman.
No.
Never mind. Rachel, I was better off ignorant. So, as usual, the dog group is the gift that keeps on giving to Starson. And
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
When I tell you guys, nobody can understand what in the group. No one has come up with an explanation for what is wrong with this dog. Because when you see it sitting, it looks like you can see its actual bone structure is normal. This looks like a chest hugger. Like it looks like somebody put something on the dog. What the hell,
Primal? I mean, this is what they're supposed to look like. Hold on.
I can honestly tell you guys, I don't know. Everyone was just feeling such pity for the dog. And I was trying to figure out, and the only thing I could come up is because you know how people. Let's see. So this is how a normal is this him? No, that's
no. This is a normal one. It's not nearly as.
So then that is the natural muscle structure.
It's not this. That's not as big though. This one's.
Even this one looks bigger than I've normally seen.
Yeah, he's not he's not what I would consider a classic Doberman, even in this one, but he's not. That one looks like they shoved a turkey under his skin.
Exactly. Like the first thing I thought is they gave this dog plastic surgery. How does it even? I don't understand how the dog got airborne. Like that photo
No.
of the dog in the air, it doesn't look real.
No. Trying to see if I can find a Doberman with a more.
So Rachel's saying there are harnesses specifically made to render this result.
Why?
Primal's right. The dog is definitely on some kind of roids, either that or it's weird internal tumor. I don't think it's a tumor, guys, because if you look,
No,
if you
it's
look
not
at
a
it,
tumor.
the structure of the muscle on this dog that Horror is showing is exactly as the structure on that. It's not AI Moon. Apparently, this was pulled from a training video. So how the group works is people go and they find these posts and they screenshot it and they show it to us. At least I can find it and send it. It's insane. And there's been a lot of aminal things. Like my friend from England, it's a tumor.
I guess they are a little chestier from the side than you would normally think, but that one, that's still not right.
That's a lot chestier. That's a lot chestier.
Marvel Comics sub.
Some boss looking ass. Primal's on his shit tonight. It's not a tumor.
No, it's just like I don't know what's going. It doesn't look right at all.
It's almost comical what they did to this dog.
And the part that scares me is if you look at the second picture, and it says at the top,
2023 open class winner.
Best winner. It's like, why does that dog win the open class? That does not look like a healthy, normal dog.
Let me look up the Ice Pride of Turkey, because
That's probably going to be his kennel name.
Turkey.
Rachel found it. Dog took the super soldier serum. Actually, no. I know where they got the inspiration for this dog. Hold on.
Okay, there are other dogs in his breeding kennel that do not look half as bad as him. So I don't know if. Oh God, this one looks terrible. Volcano. Oh my God, this poor dog. I'm gonna send this to you.
Yeah, I'm sharing the picture where they got the idea for how they made that dog.
Them titties, though. It was injected with Khan's blood.
Oh my God.
Oh, Rachel sent it to my Instagram. Hold on, let's see.
Yeah.
Send my Instagram, babe. Let's see.
Sad dog named Linfield.
Okay, so what she sent me was the sled weight pulling, but that doesn't look like it would render these exact results, though, Rachel.
I mean, it might, but yeah, that's not normal.
I don't know. That feels like a little too. Is that dog named Linfield? He straight up ate Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime, along with a ton of plutonium.
That poor baby.
This poor dog. Class winner of what crimes against humanity and humanity? I swear to God.
Crimes against dogs, literally. I mean, oh my God.
It's the crime against dogs. Hold on, I'm looking up. So they've got more than one dog, but he is the top. So there's another dog named Volcano that ain't far off from him. So this is Dober-based Arius. This is in Russia. He is a real dog.
Oh yeah.
The owner is Emre Khan Pehlivan. Work BH. He is 2023 Open Class winner, Vice Turkey Club winner, judge. So if you ever get the judge Rudy Kilmeyer, no longer are the Russian and German judges judging harshly. They just letting anything fucking fly now. Let's see. Date of birth.
I'm gonna guess he was paid off because
had to be. Yo, these fucking names. Livonija Baron Desperante Dylan, Farah Pride of Turkey, Ethos Stenhage Grad, Pride of Russia Shinge, Livonija Baronessa Prima Patricia, my god, Nadia Del Nisus, Mito Del Nasi, Pride of Russia Alte, Pride of Russia Shelma, Fienne Hellfire, Livonija Baronessa Kaylin Kell, my god.
A lot of those, that first part before what sounds like a name is probably the name of the kennel, because when you name a purebred dog that's for show, there's always the name of the kennel and then the second, the actual kind of name.
Yeah,
So
because all these things are Pride of Russia, so they got a lot. I will say this, not to give them credit, but there ain't a lot of inbreeding apparently going on, because they may have Pride of Russia, but I see a different name for every fucking. So at least I don't know if this is all the bitches he's studded.
Pride of Russia, yeah, it's those are just the dogs in their kennel.
Ice Pride. So his name is Ice Pride of Turkey. That is the name of this dog.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got
maybe it's a trans dog like in this universe.
Guys, he's got an Instagram. Let's go and see. Oh, no. Doberman Ice Pride. Let's go look at his Instagram. Oh boy, we're just excited.
Excited's not the word for it.
Ice Pride, not Prider. Oh god, who's ready? Watch, there's only like 3 photos of this poor damn dog. Oh no.
I'm sure he's got enough dogs. I'm sure he has an Instagram full of dogs.
All right, we ready? Let's. As Sydney Watson says, we board the hell gondola. Here we go. So he has 3,492 followers.
Mm-hmm.
He won the 2023 and 2022. He won the Vice Turkey Club. He won the intermediate class best BH. What the fuck is BH? It feels like a P.
Might not be a he. Oh no, that's a he. Never mind.
Oh no, he.
That definitely he.
That's the only reason why I don't think it's a. Well, actually, no. His dingle's rather small. Maybe he is roided. I don't know. Might just seem small. Like, they're very proud of that side profile, but I feel like this dog can't sit properly. See, there he looks pretty normal. I mean, yeah, he's barrel chested. This is him at 12 months old.
So he's still growing at that point.
Yeah, so these. Oh my god, look at this.
It's actually kind of cute.
Look, he's a cute dog. If you get
it actually looks a little more normal.
But
there.
This was him at 9 months old. That's why. So this is the thing. Like, look, if you go to about there. Okay.
Yeah. If you go up a row, that picture right there in the middle, it looks like his back is humped forward weird.
Right. Look, this is where you see it start sloping. Because let me see. So right here is him at. All right. It doesn't tell you his age here. Look at his fucked up nips. Means he's already dragging it somewhere. And look at the way his leg is sitting. It's bowing forward.
I wonder if they have to have him doing some kind of strength training.
Right here, look how his leg bows forward.
Oh god.
Like, you can already see his back is bowing to accommodate the chest. So this is like, let's go back to when he was sitting as a puppy. Let's go back to here. He was kind of bowing then too.
I think that might be the snow though. No, he was bowed there.
Bowing. See, look, he didn't bow as much then.
Oh, that's his owner making him sit straighter.
But his leg,
where his arm is on the back, that makes him pull up.
But look at this. You can see right here, he had a much better structure. His legs were sitting straight. But now you go up to here and you can see that same leg is not straight anymore. It pushes out.
I have to wonder, they must have him doing something like pull up that picture you have the mouse on right now.
This one?
Because that doesn't look nearly as odd. I mean, if you look at his chest and his structure, I wonder, they must just have him doing some kind of doggy strength training. It's
Here's
got
the
to be,
thing,
I think Rachel's right. I think it's some kind of extreme strength training.
because right here he should have like Orion shape.
Yeah, he should be a little more, he should be a little deeper back.
Yeah.
So this may not be the same type of show, or it could be a different Doberman line that's in Europe mostly and not the same type of, because if you look at Dobermans here in the States, it's like the difference between a German Shepherd here in the States and in the Europe, where
Right.
they have the straighter backs. Now, I'm not going to say that this is healthier for the dog. Well, I guess without the weird strength training, it might actually be healthier for the dog.
Well, let me see
But
right here. Let's see. It says Doberman. American Bully. Why is
is he a
American?
cross of some kind? Oh no, that's just someone adding extra because
Because
he's also
look
got
right
French Bulldog and Pug in there.
here. Look right here, though. Right. So right here, and I'm gonna try to get up another photo of a regular Dobie. Notice how the back should just slope normal. Look right here. Is it a little hump in the middle?
That I wouldn't fuss too much about.
I want to see. I want to go back to where he was standing as a pup. Do we got any photos of him as a pup? Because that's my only thing. Like, it's just an odd little hump, and it's just I've seen Dobermans and I've seen them. See, look how normal he. This is what a normal Dobie looks like.
Actually, it's kind of small.
But I'm saying compared to how he like. It's sad that that smaller dog looks normal in comparison.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm trying to see something. Let me see.
That must be his mom down there with the big old nipples.
Let me see. Where's the nip nops?
Down.
No, that's him, I think.
No, down. Right there.
Let's see. Farah, Pride of Turkey, Chinge, and Nadia.
Yeah, that would
She
be
is
his mom.
advice. Yeah, this is his mom. She has a pretty big barrel. Can't lie. She is this is all of her pups, I guess.
No, that's her. Those are her awards. She's a champion in Turkey, a junior champion in Serbia, junior champion in Macedonia, junior champion of Romania, junior champion of the Balkans, grand junior champion of Macedonia, baby champion of Turkey, and baby Black Sea winner.
She's a beautiful dog, but she has a big ass chest too. But again, she's more normal.
More normal, yeah. So I genuinely think that what they got him doing some kind of super strength training.
That's sad. That poor thing. It must be fucking rough. And you can tell they love the dog, but there's just something not right, dude.
It just looks wrong. It really does. I'm sure they take good care of him. And honestly...
Oh, it's a puppy.
It's a puppy eating.
How it was.
New Boston locked Farah, Pride of Turkey.
I wanted to see open for stud. Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if who does he follow? I want to see if he follows any other Dobermans.
Yep. All right. First one right there.
Let's see. So now we can compare these Dobermans.
Oh my gosh, that's a big boy.
That's a big dog. And there's of course no side profiles because why not?
He's definitely chunkier.
He's a
form.
He is a definitely not. I would say chunky, but not in that way.
Well, not fat, but bulky, muscly. He's. I mean, when you compare it to an American, hold on, let me see if I can find it.
This is an American dog. See, U.S. So I'll tell you right now.
Oh yeah.
If I had to pick which one of them I'd go against, I'd rather go against Ice. This dog looks like he could fuck me up. This dog looks like he could take you apart.
So yeah, there is apparently a difference between an American Doberman and a European Doberman. Hold on.
Yeah, an American Doberman looks like it has more Great Dane in it, actually. He looks more like a Great Dane mix than a Dobie. But his chest is not nearly as big.
No, but he's way bigger muscle or bone structure wise is how I want to put that. He's bigger there.
If I had to pick a dog that I think looks healthier, it would be that American dog, honestly. All right, let me look and see if I can find someone that has... All right, Bonko Dobie. Let's look.
Oh,
This is a cute dog.
what is sweet.
Really cute. All right, here's my point. Look at this. That is a way healthier looking dog.
But he's also American.
Right. But see what I was talking about the back? See how that slope you could see.
But look at the chest too. It's a much smaller chest.
Right. Like it's so much more. This is the dog that looks more. The difference between a pug and a puggle is the best way I could phrase it. Because a puggle at least has a nostrils and snout it can breathe out of. Like they're both cute dogs, but if I had to pick which one looks like it's more comfortable living its life, I'd pick the puggle.
I don't know that it's necessarily more comfortable. I think that in the case of at least Ice Prince of Turkey, I do think it's a strength training issue. Oh God.
I love this dog.
It's so freaking cute.
Oh,
and that dog's like, what the fuck are you doing to me, dude? Come on.
He's a precious pup. Oh, I love him. All right, let's see. I want to see this any other because I'm not seeing any. That's the craziest part. Okay, Kingdom of European. All right, so these are other European Dobies. So now let's see once again. This is a different looking dog from him. Ice does not look like this. These are European.
This is a young one though.
True.
And Ice looked approximately the same when he was younger, so it's got to be something that they grow into.
Yeah, I guess so. Because look, this is an older one.
And yeah, you can tell here from the front even that he's going to have that bigger chest.
Very much so. But still not as big as Ice.
But so that's why I think it's I am genuinely convinced at this stage. Yeah, it's got to be some kind of strength training they do to them.
Right. Which again, I just feel I understand what. Whoa.
Yeah. See.
That's a big boy.
Yeah.
That's a big boy. But like, see right here, healthy. This is the mom, I think. This is Hulk and Maya babies. They are still babies. Full AKC European Doberman kennel, and they're in Phoenix, Arizona. So
they're European dogs in the U.S.
Yeah, this one is beautiful. Oh, she's stunning. But look at her; she is not bulked out and she's fully developed.
Well, she may be. It may be a male-female difference too, because some of them do have.
Because there's the boy. That's the boy with apparently a very failed ear crop. And there's the girl. And her chest, they're both European. So this proves...
But his is definitely broader, especially when he sits.
Right. She's got better coloring, though.
I like that color better than the other one.
Right.
I have to wonder if the strength training thing has to be maybe part of standard somehow?
Maybe.
For European?
Right, so here is another of a different... This is... Hulk.
No, that's Hulk. He was in the other one before that we just watched.
Right, but Hulk was brown in the other one, and here Hulk is black.
No, he's brown.
Big boy. No, this is Hunter's bloodline. Okay, so hold on. Hulk.
Right, but his name is Hulk the Big Boy.
Right. I think. Hold on. Let me try to figure this out because they said where is it? Where the fuck was it? Is it in this video? This is Hulk is working. Now, where is the one with the two dogs? That I just got through watching, and now I feel retarded and I can't find it.
I don't know why YouTube's telling you to do your mod duties. As far as I know, nobody's
did it do it to somebody else?
Huh?
When I got on Gothic's stream for the first time in a long time, and I clicked on it, the first thing it told me when I got onto the stream was, "Remember that you're a mod," and I was like, "Excuse you?"
It might just be a polite reminder so that when you get back that you remember you have the ability to mod.
I guess so.
But Sleazy hasn't been gone that long.
No.
Then again, I've been gone for a little while.
So this is grandfather, dad, and son Hulk. I don't know. I wish they were a little more at least with you and the way you set it up. It's very simple to understand what the fuck we're talking about with which dog. Breeders are weird. They never say anything right.
But I mean, look at the difference between these dogs. The European one is way meatier than the American one.
Which is weird because the first American one we saw was way meatier than the other ones. It's weird. It was like reversed. Hi, Edie.
Hey, Edie. Now I feel left out. YouTube never reminded me. You're here more than Sleazy Silver. Maybe that's the problem. He doesn't visit enough.
But again, I will say this. Look at both the American and the European. Both of them lack that weird hump that Ice has.
Yeah, I'm nearly entirely convinced that that's got to be some kind of strength training thing.
Right, and that hump is from him yanking and pulling.
Yeah.
Luna, come here. La Luna.
Hey, T.
Hey, Big T. Hey, everybody, put some cheers and confetti in the chat. Big T got remonetized.
Woo! Congratulations.
I'm very proud of him. Not my fault. I have so much to do before I leave next week, right? Life, we hate it. Okay, that actually.
I believe he's off to another country. So.
Oh well, congrats. But it is your fault because you're deciding to go.
Absolutely.
Gothic's
you
chat.
kind of see a hump on the American one.
How long you left? You're still a mod and must do your duties. Okay.
Yeah, I still need more watch hours to get there.
Yes. By the way, guys, if you're watching this on mine, please leave and go to Horror Stream.
Or you don't even have to leave. Just open it up in a separate window.
And put it on mute.
Yes. Well, no, don't mute it because then it doesn't count. But yeah, apparently if you mute it, it doesn't count. But what they can do is not mute it and mute this.
6 in one, half a dozen in the other. I don't care as long as you get the watch hours. And the two of you knock it off.
Yeah, I see what I see what you're talking about, Silver. I do see just a little bit of a hump developed in that American's back.
Right, there's a little bit, but again, notice the difference between the two of them. So
I wonder.
Oh, go ahead.
I wonder because I'm wondering if maybe that hump is just more muscle, a muscle that developed with the training.
I wonder too, Luna. Will you just let me hug you? Bitch, just get your ass up here and stop.
Apparently, she doesn't want to.
Let me love you. Well, the worst thing is she loves getting attention. Yeah.
But like every cat, it's on her terms.
Well, she's just like, it's her first night out. Because she was always allowed out at obviously her house.
Mm-hmm.
And then she spent the last 2 weeks in a crate because she couldn't play nice with the other kids. And she's finally realized if she keeps growling at everybody, she's not allowed out. So. And the weird thing, this is something weird. And we're still trying to figure it out because obviously I can't afford the vet bill. Her dad's going to have to cover it. Ever since she came in, see how she's got a blip?
Night, darling. Actually, no, I can't. So,
well, let me see. She's got a blip.
Oh, interesting.
Her tongue has been hanging out of her mouth since she got here.
And that didn't happen before.
So Luna was born with breathing problems. We know that because my brother actually found her.
Thank you, Big T. I appreciate that.
In a oh, thanks, Big T. Yes, please support my darling. Both our men don't realize we're cheating on them with each other, but it's okay.
Actually, no, Sheep knows. He just accepts it.
That's true.
He loves her too.
What can I say? I have that effect on men and women. Luna, no, off the keyboard. Fuck.
Wow, Darylin is goddamn. He's racist. We know this. You should be used to that by now, Unlucky.
What did he say?
Darylin left just as Unlucky got here. And so Unlucky is actually Norwegian. Uh-oh.
That's not fucking true.
Which part?
It's lies. If you go on Twitter, he even admitted.
No,
I don't.
We don't. He even admitted on Twitter he likes me, guys. Too late. Oh, he's trying to delete it. I gotta get to it fast. Shit. He's faster than me. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm gonna get there in time. Hold on.
In order to make room, I had to unsubscribe from Stars.
Shit.
I guess there's only so much room for fat bitches on the subscribe list.
I gotta
You can do it. You can do it. That's right. Actually, he may not be quicker than you, honestly.
See, you can't give me false hope. He tweets a lot. Fuck.
He does.
Oh my god.
But so do you. So.
Shh. You're supposed to be on my side in this.
I am a neutral party. I am on my side. Screenshots, damn it. Everybody wants the screenshots. You gotta get them.
No, this is from the midweek hump. That's a long time ago. No.
Skip the video.
No. It's...
On the plus side, he doesn't have permission to delete anything on that channel. So.
Ha!
She got it. Sheep is ash in this universe.
I have saved the proof. I have presented it here.
Oh, there it is.
I had no plans on deleting it. I don't know why you put all that effort into finding it.
You flew out this room, sir. You bolted. You were saying Bolt for a second.
You ran. Because you ran.
It's because I wasn't done cleaning the kitchen.
You ran so fast it scared her.
Sir, that kitchen wasn't running away from you.
The kitchen wasn't running away from you. She made me walk. Thank you.
He's like, I don't know why you thought that. Oh, I don't know. When I said I have proof, you went.
No, he was cleaning up because I found the perfect man for me. I found a man who will let me cook and make a big mess in the kitchen, and he'll clean it up.
Every once in a while, Starman does it without complaining.
He doesn't even complain. He just does it.
I wish.
Nothing more. It's amazing.
He'll do it because that was the rule. Because see, Starman will be like, Cassie, I want chicken cutlets. Cassie, I want spicy pasta. And I'll be like, okay, you got to clean the kitchen. Now, in my husband's defense, sure, he will clean that kitchen 3 weeks later.
Yeah, no, he does it right after I cook. Right away. He'll eat. Unless there's something else going on, he'll finish his dinner. He'll get up. He'll go in the kitchen. He'll put his earbuds in. And he'll wash the dishes. He genuinely appears to enjoy this cleaning thing. I hate it. I hate cleaning I hate it with a passion. We've discussed the fact that even if he was to become the ultimate breadwinner and I'd end up the stay-at-home spouse, he would still end up probably carrying some of the bulk of the cleaning because it's just a bigger priority for him than it is in my mind. I mean, I try. I do. But he's very much more uptight about it than I am. And so I am grateful every day for this kind of relationship where he understands I am a messy person and he still loves me.
See, my husband, again, is more than willing to do it eventually. But the problem is that I'm about to reveal something to all of you, and I apologize to my mother-in-laws for watching. But see, Starman grew up in a household, he didn't have to do chores. Starman only had one responsibility, his laundry. That was it. The food was all shared. Everyone got to get a bit. And so when he came to my house, where it was daily chores, and
yeah. Right, he does get mad if she tries to do the dishes. That is one of the weirdest fights I've ever seen in my entire life. My mom's sitting down with me and saying, if this is my house, if I want to do the dishes, I can do the dishes. And I'm like, why would you want to do the dishes?
But okay. Listen, on the days that I make the special foods, okay? Like, for instance, the day that I did all that cooking, You bet your sweet ass, I said to Starman, this kitchen gonna be clean. Yeah, and I think on stream I made him clean. I think you guys saw him cleaning when I was on stream still. He got to sit down and play video games while I was still cooking, but oh yeah, there was shit to be done because I made for him all his favorites. And so when I make all your favorites, oh yeah, you ain't gonna make me on top of all that work. You ain't gonna make me clean up too. But there's one thing my husband just is not good at. It's them damn hand washables. And God bless him. He tries. And I'll go check and I'll be like, everyone knows exactly what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Now I admit she does the dishes by hand. He does a good job on that part. Unfortunately, despite the fact I am not good at cleaning, I am very good at criticizing when you haven't done it right.
Oh, red pill.
You really need to use the stuff on this one and scrub it out better, but don't use that scouring pad. Use that scouring pad, because if you use that scouring pad, you're gonna fuck it up, and then I'll be pissed.
Right? Yeah, he has learned that difference. I will say this: only took 18 years, but he's finally learned that there is a difference between the rough side of the sponge, soft side of the sponge, and each of the scrubbers that we have, because each serves a different purpose.
Yes.
And so the one thing he did, because our entire cleanliness routine has been exceedingly streamlined because of my husband. And so there are certain things, since he was the one that suggested we buy it. Oh, you bet your sweet ass. I go, okay, you go use it. The Bona was 100% Starman. So every time there is anything that needs to be mopped up, babe, go Bona it. God, he found this soap. I gotta say though, I actually really like it, like a lot. So Dawn came out with this spray soap.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that stuff.
Oh, that shit's amazing. Oh, I love it. I spray that on everything. And do you know what's really good? You guys are gonna love this. If you ever want to kill a bunch of flies at once, get that fucking soap spray. It fucks them all up.
Nice.
I will tell you, because I don't know if you guys remember a couple of months ago, we had the fly apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
I do not believe the cold weather is what killed them, because they tried to come back. I actually bought, this is what worked. Let me see if I can show you it.
Fly strip.
That thing. So that only costs $6. Okay.
Holy shit.
And it is a little tower. All right. And I doubted it. I highly doubted the thing. I was like, this thing isn't going to fucking work. It has no hormones. It has no scent. Nothing. It is just sticky. Okay.
Yeah. Fly strips.
But, well, the fly strips have hormones on it. I don't know if you know that. So
some of them, yeah.
Tape has hormones. This has nothing. But what it does is that colorful pattern on it apparently scientifically has been proven to, it's a digitized green and white. It has been scientifically proven to attract flies. I put them up within 4 days.
Oh, you're all cool. You're all cool.
You have to put them up strategically.
Yeah.
You've got to put them up in places where the flies are going to land. Now, for some reason in my household, in my living room, where the fan is, that is where all the flies, regardless of if the light is on, the light is off, the fan is on, the fan is off, that is their meeting spot. They love it. They all sit there and circle around the fan. I don't know. It's Pride Rock or some shit. So, and it doesn't matter. Again, they can't all commiserate because it's been happening for years. This is where they go, they spin, they fight, they bounce off each other, and then they fly off again. And so, was there a lot of bugs? No. So, this time of year, the only bugs we see in North Carolina are roaches.
Ugh.
That is the only bugs you're going to see this time of year, because they're trying to escape the cold. So you will see them fly into your house for no reason, especially the very first week of harsh cold snaps, specifically when it gets down to the 30s and 20s. You will see them coming in, which I have. And I can always tell who has caught them, because they're always in the living room at either the back door or the carport door. Okay. The carport door is near my kitchen, and they're always in there, or they're always in the back door where the dogs go out to their yard. I know it's Axel, Athena, or one of the other girls that has killed it if the roach is flattened. I know it is Sinbad if it's fully alive and intact and just on its back. Because he leaves it for all of us to find. And it's super fun playing the is it or is it not dead game. Because they don't move for a while because they're in kind of a catatonic state. So then you walk up to it, suddenly it starts slipping out, you scream, then you stomp on it. It's a whole great thing. And so yeah, the hobo spiders all died. All of my spiders died because I killed all their food.
Oh, thank God.
So I have no need for them. I gotta say they were getting kind of big for their britches. The spiders were starting to come out of the windows, and I was like, oh no, you have your location, and that's where you stay. But I took away the food, so now they're gone. So I'm gonna keep the fly strips up for another week or so, just so that way, in case any come around, I take care of them quickly. But yeah, it's mainly the meadow bugs. They're who come in. And apparently the squirrels are all starting to hibernate because for a solid month, we fucking heard where the squirrels running around. Like we were sitting in the middle of the living room, and all of a sudden I hear over my kitchen sink, and we were like we were freaked out because I thought it was on the floor, but it was above us. So when we buy the house, that's one of the things I got to figure out is where this hole in my roof is that these motherfuckers are getting into, because I don't want to kill them. I don't.
I have no problems killing them.
Huh?
I have no problems killing them.
Well, I don't for several reasons. They eat the bugs and the small rodents I don't want around. That was something I wanted everyone to know about. ADHD to the max, guys. The caffeine's really kicking. Horror. Do you watch Casual Geographic? Guys, he released a video 3 weeks ago. It got demonetized. And when I tell you, every vegan in the world should watch this video.
Oh, goody.
I want that vegan teacher to get tagged in it. Because when I tell you, it warmed my heart to watch. I'm not gonna play it just in case. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna make sure you all know which one it is, so you all can go and watch it later. Because Horror and I have touched upon it. But let me see. Let me get it up. But I will tell you, it is ever so glorious. I'm gonna make sure it's muted. And I love it so. I love it so much. So hold on, let me share. Don't worry, I'm not a vegan.
No, you're just Norwegian.
Just Norwegian. So this is Casual Geographic. And you've probably seen him once or twice making little informational animal videos. They're always going viral because the kid is just hilarious. Also, by the way, guys, if you watch the Urban Rescue Ranch and you haven't caught up, Big Ounce passed away.
Oh,
which was sad. I actually cried when I found out. But you need to watch this video. What? What did I miss?
A silver orc. Said Norwegian.
I love it. Oh, Esteban came back. Hello, Esteban. So this video is phenomenal. Why is it phenomenal? That's highly offensive.
The sad thing is I've heard Unlucky Maker talk enough that I actually heard that in his voice.
So in order for us not to get demonetized, I'm gonna just casually go through and show you that he's showing all the animals that actually eat meat on the regular. And if you notice, a lot of these animals are not what you think would eat meat.
Yeah, no, that
every animal you're seeing in this video eats meat. Every single one of them. Also,
that's
fun
hilarious.
fact, they have found out that corn in animals' diet creates kind of a diet nutrition deficiency. And just pointing that out. Everything. Oh my god, I'm missing cool shit. What? What I miss? What I miss? Southern. We'll need Southern European. Silvers, everyone's on their shit tonight. Oh my god. Hey, already. Let's see. Oh, never mind. I thought it was something new. It's not new at all.
Sorry.
Right, not you. It was on my For You page on YouTube that I never look at. But it was beautiful to watch. I literally just sat there smiling, very happy.
I'll have to check it out.
Esteban, I got news for you.
We weren't here either. We went from vegan to cannibals really quick.
Real quick. I mean, here's a fun fact, you guys. So, all these vegans, and I think we've talked about this before, but I just find it hilarious. All these vegans that say it's cruel and evil, and like, their favorite words are, "You won't eat a cat, but you will eat a cow." So you're just. Oh my god. I can't. That's me. Whatchamacallit, though.
You too.
If you ever ask them, how the crops are protected when they grow food for vegans, which one, by the way, they have discovered that not only can plants see, but they can communicate and attempt to run from you. There's a whole slew of things they're discovering about plants, and I love it. But it's just, because I'm waiting to see the excuses and the cope the vegans come up with. But do you understand, guys, when they say organic, it does say no pesticides, but it doesn't mean they stop protecting against pests.
And also, what qualifies as a pesticide in there may not necessarily be.
They pretty much just mean like DHA. Same. Like they're just not doing the really harsh shit.
They're not doing the things that are known as rough. Some of them are actually worse in realistic terms. So,
here's a fun fact, guys. Not thousands. Millions of mice, squirrels, rabbits, foxes, and plethora of wild bird, not to mention the bugs, die every year just from rice and soy fields being protected.
Mm-hmm.
When vegans are asked why they don't care about those animals getting killed, their answer usually is, that's different. We're protecting our food. Wait a minute.
How's that?
Wall said earlier that you're fine with that we're evil because we're fine with eating a cow, but not with eating a cat. So we are judging species and we're being speciesist. So you're not fine with killing animals to eat them, but you're fine with killing them so you can eat the crop they're trying to eat.
Which honestly is worse. At least we're not wasting the body.
And not only that, but again, most of them have the commentary of, well, all these animals don't have to eat meat to survive, which is false. As a matter of fact, how they discovered this.
Exactly, Rachel. I agree.
Here's the fun fact, guys. Hi, Mad Gentleman.
Hey, Mad Gent. Good to see you.
Here's the really fun fact, guys. Do you know how they found out that deer eat meat? I just like for ruining the food of my food.
Cats aren't part of our food chain. I mean, they can be in the correct situations. I am glad I don't live in a situation where I've ever had to consider eating a cat, but
right. But here's things that you need to know.
Oh shit!
How they discovered what?
Rachel. Apparently, she knew that because they kill her chickens for fun.
Oh yeah, squirrels. Squirrels actively hunt. Turtles actively hunt, not just snapping turtles. Nay. Tortoises. Tortoises.
Tortoises.
Fuck?
Tortoiseye.
You're good for adult. I passed the fourth grade, and I did real good.
1950s China. Enough
said. Right. So, fun fact: squirrels regularly end game birds and eggs. They will murk chicks. They will murk kittens. They will murk ground squirrels. If it is a rodent, it is a carnivore first and foremost. Okay, and famines.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow. Okay, so far, did you have your
Jesus,
coffee too? Like, sheesh. Tortoises. My bad. But I mean, actually, that is not true, Esteban. In the countries of their origin, they are eaten really regularly. But that's the point. There's so many different species of cat. That's the point. Wow, guys. None of you are allowed near the shelter this year, okay? The jokes always work. Let's see this. I read it. Someone said it loose in the saltwater pool. Why would they? No one knew what to do with it, so I gave it to me because I had a pond. Bought this thing goldfish to fry.
To try to nom.
Kitten. General Meow's chicken.
I swapped from Twitch to here. It was a good swap. I'm glad you did, Mad Gent. I need the watch hours on here anyway.
Oh my lord. But anyways, it goes. God. A lot of folks first found out only very recently. Wow. I think we're gonna get demonetized just for this. Oh my god, look at this, guys. I'm not letting any of you near the shelter. You're banned from puppies and kittens.
I'm not even letting you in my house. Are you kidding me?
Meow. Oh my god. I'm gonna make like a flashcard of the worst things to have on here. I'm gonna sell the deck. But anyways. So they set up, who knows about cadaver farms? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I did it. I won.
No more goals needed.
Oh my god, no more goals needed. So cadaver farms are set up to, research decomposition. I think this was 2009, 2005, and they had game cameras out, right?
Yep.
And fun fact, it's so gross. The deer searched out the cadavers, guys. Like, they didn't just aimlessly wander on. No, they were like actively eating and flopping around body parts, fingers, toes, organs. They were eating them. Giraffe regularly suck on and chew on bones to get phosphorus. Mm-hmm. Hippos actively hunt. These are animals that are traditionally herbivore, but there's very few that are actually obligate herbivores. So we're talking like sloths, we're talking koalas, but
ones that are kind of slow and stupid if you think about it.
And that's the point they're trying to make. A mountain lion might be okay to eat. They won't hesitate to eat you. Cow holding a sign, eat more kitten.
Kid fillet.
We are going to get demonetized, I swear to God. And so it's like, as I'm watching this video, all I kept thinking was someone needs to tag that theater teacher. They need to. And the thing is, like, because her argument always is, your dog doesn't want to eat another animal. None of these animals want to eat each other. And I'm like, have you
dog would eat me if I was dead long enough.
Right. One of them, this lady was found dead in her apartment, and her face was mutilated, chewed up. Her drawers had been pulled down, and her nethers had been I want you guys to take a guess, because she didn't die of unnatural causes. She died of natural causes. She died of a cardiac arrest. Take a wild guess. Just throw out an animal you think did that to her, because I guarantee you're not going to guess.
I mean, normally I'd say a cat, but
I want you to go ahead and guess for me, Horror. I want to see what you think.
I'm gonna guess it's not a cat or a dog, because those both seem are very obvious.
Yes.
So what animal would someone leave in their house wandering around that is unlikely to seem like a I'm gonna go with the hamster.
Yes. That was really good, because she hit the nail on the head. It was her dwarf teddy bear hamster. And they found the hamster in a drawer. The hamster had made a nest. Take a gander, pondering of what the nest was made of.
I'm going to guess her bits and bobs.
Her scalp, her hair, part of her skin, organs. It was quite comfy.
I'm sure he was very happy.
He was great. And so it's like, and they said actually they found out that hamsters and rodents that were fed corn-centric diets were more apt to endgame their own infants.
Mm.
You feed them better food. Well, damn. Oh my god!
Yeah, those ripivorous hamsters aren't meant to be fucked with. They've got those on a special diet, and it ain't corn.
It's homegrown, and so this is why I tell people. And again, this is why I laugh whenever I hear vegans. Whenever they go off, like hamsters are reusing materials, such a hippie, right? Mm-hmm. Listen, that is called eco-friendly.
Yes, that is how nature does it. Exactly. Hamster master shredder.
Pretty sure the hamster didn't think the same way. The OEW Master Shredder. Wow, Splinter turned evil. No, but again, the hamster had gotten out of its crate. It was starving. She hadn't been found for weeks, and it had to eat something. Mm-hmm. And this is the thing where people get like. This is why if you guys ever get a morality conversation with a vegan. I'm giving you things to say to them, because I understand on a dietary reason you might have to go vegan, but everyone I know that's crazy, once they say they're vegan, I'm like, oh, it all makes so much sense now. And I did it. I won twice. I found out recently that there's only one species of ferret that can semi-survive in the wild in America. Yeah, technically most weasels can, but the ferrets that you see are not wild. They are captive bred.
We have black-footed ferrets up here.
Yeah, the black-footed ferret. They have one day, this was years ago, I was driving home, and I live, as you guys know, down where Banjos play. It was 6 a.m, and what I thought was a cat at first ran out into the road, but it was big. And it was sleek, but it looked like a giant ferret. It was a mink.
Oh, nice.
Wild mink. And everyone tried to tell me I was crazy. Well, this is why I love Google. So I Googled it. Wild mink exists in North Carolina all over, including where I live. And I was like, ha! But it's like, and minks make vicious. Oh my God, you do. I think minks are related to mongoose, and you don't want any of that shit. You don't want to catch that smoke. But it's why I really enjoy this. But if you enjoy my humor, you should 100% check out my books. Waggles eyebrows. Yes, Rachel is an author, guys. Mirror Universe Splinter. What is this? That's what it is. The black-footed ferret, right? there are. Oh, Star Son, did I tell you I have a new bobcat living? Oh shit!
Also,
Try to hunt your mom. Oh,
have you not been listening to us, Rachel? You don't pet the wildlife.
Rachel, you're supposed to be one of the smart ones in this group. Where's Breen? She needs to yell at you.
He had 0 of my princess. Well, yeah, he's a wild fucking cat, so.
Listen, your princess vibes begin and end with your farm animals, woman. God almighty. Guarantee it was in some kind of trap, and she was like, "Come here, baby, I'll protect you." And
just let me cuddle you a little bit. That's all.
The wild minks here too. They got imported to the country from the U.S. Let's say mink coat is a good idea when they get nasty. I will call him Snuggles. I can tame him. I will call him Snuggles.
In 3 weeks, when she comes back telling us we're missing an arm, she's missing an arm, we're going to sit here and tell her, we told you so.
In 3 weeks, when she's typing and only half the words make sense, we'll say, I told you so. And it's just like, I enjoy it. Like, and I will say, Isaac Butterfield.
Oh, yeah.
Is partly why I really started paying attention. Because before I would just ignore vegans, but now I actively look for ways to argue them, because I don't know if it's just my ignorance, but I genuinely thought that vegans would just get over the fact that animals were eating their crops. Because to me, if I am going to have a principle to stand on, which all of you have seen, I try my best to stay on my fucking. He does have a great beard.
He does.
His dick stinks, but he has a great beard. I love when he says that. It makes no sense, but I love it anyway. Anyways, the fact they don't. I was making loud noises in my throat. The fact that they don't, and then they excuse it, but tell you that you eating red meat is is wrong. It just boggles my mind. And then again, they have no solution on where to put these animals that have been bred for thousands of years to purely be what they are. But yeah, because my mom has bad back, bad hips, bad knees, and is overweight, she walks like she's sick and wounded. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bobcat sees Din Din.
Yep.
All the way. And it's like, I highly recommend you guys watch that video. It is so good.
I will probably watch it later. Then I noticed that he was following him to try to boop the bobtail.
I want to say she's joking.
But she's not. No, I know.
But I know, because sometimes, them authors, they make them very, very convincing. That's right.
They can get very confused occasionally, about what's in their books and what's in their head. And, it is how it is. Yeah. But no, a lot of times when you're dealing with an argument or someone who wants to argue with you in that regard, they'll often try to hold you to your moral standards without holding themselves to their moral standards, because they have none. But at the same time, when you're talking about the creatures they want to just let die because, you shouldn't eat them. When done correctly, grazing cows in a field can actually build topsoil as opposed to destroy it, which their food does. It destroys topsoil. It literally adds to erosion and the climate change that they're so afraid of. Whereas my food, while it's eating what they would eat, adds to it by shitting everywhere.
Not only that, but what I find is hilarious. Like you said, they don't understand that, number one, if you want these animals to go back out into the wild, they can't function. Cattle have been wild cattle, like the aurochs. Aurochs? I think it's the aurochs. The originator of the wild cow doesn't even exist anymore, first of all. And these animals were designed to be out in the wild. So the closest they have is the buffalo. The Eurasian buffalo is being reintroduced out into the wild because it only went extinct, within the last few hundred years. We already spoke before about the ethics of bringing back mammoths and mastodons and stuff like that, because they're trying to fix the landscape and fix the erosion. And I'm stuck in the middle, because technically They were alive when humans were alive. We are the reason that they're dead. It had nothing to do with the climate change. They do believe some of it had to do with this, that, and the other. I know this since I'm a dino and it's because you a Hydrosaurus. But you know, if you look at it, there are breeds of cows that are purely bred to make milk. They make terrible parents. Okay, like they awful parents. There are breeds of chicken that are terrible parents. Like, you know, there are some that are fantastic, some that are not. And the thing is, I wouldn't mind if all of these animals were close to their relatives. And how I put it is, if you look at snakes, it's a great example. I love when people try to say that snakes bond to anyone. And I'm like, they might tolerate you, but it is not like, and this is why I say this. Hear me out, guys. You have to understand that if an animal has, what is it, heterosaurus?
I mean, is that really so different?
Listen, are you white hetosaurus? Because then you must be a heterosaurus, and you actually like patriarchosaurus, like, you know, patriarchosaurus. That's what we should call. I should patriarchosaurus. Hold on. I gotta type that out. I gotta remember that shit.
Oh God, that scares me, Rachel. But yeah, I've heard about some of that. I'm sorry, but if it went extinct, the last thing humans should be doing is fucking with things more. There's an entire series of movies based on what happens when we fuck with shit.
And let's see. Yes, I have heard about, and that's what I'm getting at. So the problem is that, like, oh, that was me texting him. Wow. I'm like, who's texting my husband at almost 1 a.m? Oh, it's me. I'm stuck on it because, and I know that sounds weird coming from me because I always say, like, you know, don't fuck with it. But they were part of what kept our landscape proper. They are a missing key in our landscape, and we are the reason that key is missing. Let's make 10,000-year-old viruses great again.
Right.
No,
yeah.
They did do that. They brought back some like microscopic virus. I'm like, why? Why did we try to rejuvenate this?
Because it all starts somewhere. But I mean, here's my thing is, yeah, okay. So the mammoth that did important things for the environment is gone. The environment will figure it out. We don't fucking need to fuck with it.
The problem is that they're saying that so the reason why they can't figure it out, this is the argument. I just vague scientists, experts, them. They have said that the reason why that nature cannot heal is because we have taken up too much of the land, and we do hunt too much of them to create that new mega fauna. And they said the problem is that so we are taking too much, we are using too much, we're doing this, that, and the other. So
the same shit they always say.
Right. And I don't know how to feel about it. Part of it is just, for me, it's like, yay, mammoth. So I'm like, ooh, bring it. Like I said, that's part of it for me. Like, and I know that's wrong, but it's me. I can't. Just not hunting. And that's what they're saying. The thing is, like, the problem is that it's happening with elephants as well. And they said that that was the elephant that we had that helped the landscape. And they say if you look at it, it's a whole thing, and it's a little convoluted for me to have to talk about at 12:30 in the morning. So I'm not as cognizant as I could be. Actually,
I mean, here's my issue with it is nature will eventually find a balance. It'll either kill us, which, you know, that's...
What are you doing up, young lady?
Watching you, obviously.
Right.
So it'll either kill us, which, you know, is a thing, or it will find another way, because nature does that. And if that means that something's going to change in terms of landscape, the earth has been doing that forever. It is part of the normal cycle. These things happen with or without us. Us bringing this back is probably just going to fuck us up more.
I don't entirely disagree, but here's where, says Batu, I have an answer for that. We shouldn't be putting out the solar panels. We shouldn't be doing the wind farms because, fun fact, none of that is recyclable. It is actually worse for the environment. Do you know how they get rid of solar panels and wind farms? They bury them and they leach all of those dangerous metals back into the earth where they rust because they're non-recyclable. So I am actually against green energy. I am against all of it. Lithium ion is actually super damaging to mine. It is a very dangerous thing to have. Do you understand? If you have an electric car, you have like 10 pounds of lithium ion sitting in your garage. And fun fact, if it gets too hot, that battery can burst at any time. And when that battery bursts, it is white phosphorus burning. It does not stop. I think somewhere in my town, an electric vehicle burst into flames out of nowhere because the battery got too hot. Oh boy. Like, I wanted to get a new Passat, right? I told my husband, because I hate the current car we have. I don't like it. I like German cars because they usually have the steel frame. Well, apparently they're getting rid of that as well. Very painful. But I do like the way that they operate, right? Okay. When I looked up the Passat, they have ceased production. But when they bring it back, it is going to be an entirely electric vehicle. I was pissed.
Well, it's the government trying to push us into electricity for our own good.
Yeah, and also, not only that, so Esteban made a good point, but there's another layer to this, guys. There's another layer to get back here. There's another layer to it. Oh, knock it off! I like how just me yelling can stop them all.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes. It usually freezes them enough because then if my fat ass has to stomp out there, whoo, they scatter. Fun fact, guys. Solar panel farms kill everything around them. They raise the heat in the area to an unnatural level. Creates a beam of light that is almost as bad as a laser and fries anything that flies over it. So migrating birds, rare birds, maybe an insect you've never seen and will never see, they get toasted, cooked, no matter what time of year. I don't believe in them. I don't like them. Not only that, but lithium ion, let's get past the danger of the what it does to the ecosystem. If you have lithium ion in your phone, you are helping with child labor and child slavery.
Yep.
And what I find hilarious is the same people that claim that gas stoves are racist and that
making your kids autistic
and making are the same people that are pushing for all this stuff. The same ones crying out BLM and all these things. They don't care about what's happened to those kids in other countries. The same people that are trying to turn everyone against each other, which is the only time you hear me talk about whatever's going on in Gaza, are the same ones that don't give a single shit about the Uyghurs still. So it's why I just these entire pushes that sound really great on paper, these entire agendas that sound really fantastic and make you feel like you're doing something. It's bullshit. Also, thank you, Diane. How are you feeling, by the way? Hello. Nuclear or nothing, baby. Right? Nuclear is safer. And guess what, guys? Guess what? Even when Chernobyl exploded, destroyed everything. Do you want to know the best part? Chernobyl has done less damage to the nature around it than a single solar farm. The animals around Chernobyl are thriving. They are
because there's no humans near them.
They're right near the fucking reactor and they are prancing in the fields. We can't, but
well, you had that was it Fukushima?
Yep,
in Tokyo or in Japan after that wave, which is something that happened because it was aging and about to be decommissioned anyway. But yeah, the current day nuclear technology is so much more advanced from 3 Mile Island and that one, but the government won't let people build those things because bullshit, basically.
Exactly. Oh, how Sissy my mother-in-law said that my father-in-law had an MRI. Matt had an MRI done on Friday. That cost us an arm and a leg. He's got a cyst in his wrist.
Where? In his wrist?
In the bone.
Oh,
Apparently very common.
Yeah.
But apparently what's uncommon about it is his reaction to it. Apparently his level of pain to a very common cyst is extremely uncommon. So now we have to find a solution for that. But this gives me an idea. Let's hump warheads.
All right, you go do that. I'll watch from safe distance.
Right? We will watch from what desert is it? Let's just pick a 50-acre plot and get on the side of it.
Yeah.
We still struggle because of Chernobyl. We got radioactive reindeer here now. If Santa couldn't fly before, he sure as hell can now. Oh God. Everyone put a heart in the chat for my father-in-law. We're hoping his leg gets better. He was supposed to be able to visit me. Do you want to hear how I need you guys to hear how bullshit this is? Okay. We have been trying to see each other. My father-in-law and stepmother-in-law have been trying to come and see us now for like 5 years.
Oh God.
Every time they try, something happens. The pandemic, a family member passes away, something or some other happens. We had the planes booked. The hotels were booked. It was a week out. His job wouldn't let him go because of his injury in his leg. It was a whole thing to do with the insurance. So we had to cancel it all. And I was like, damn it. And so we are waiting because now, as long as Duggery's leg gets better, we will finally be able to plan a Starman reunion. So prayers. Starman is currently passed out in bed. And we do love eating reindeer meat. It's natural selection when we become mutants, but damn, the meat is tasty.
I mean, are you sure you're not all mutants? I mean,
that's the thing. It's like if you go, yes, it has radiation in it, but they seem to be doing just fine. Like, yeah, there's a little issues here and there, but they're living and they're breeding and they're thriving. They're not getting fried alive while they're flying. There's a Starman waiting in the sky. Warp Star prayers in progress. Yes. There's a couple of prayers because there's another layer. I didn't even get to tell you, Horror. We are now in the final steps of the process to buy the house.
Yay.
Cross your fingers because I had to dip into the money for it. And it was a chunk for bills.
Yeah.
And it's like, that was painful. Ouch. And so we're making sure to be gentle in what we're doing. So
right.
Enough because the moment we had, what will they do with the cyst? That's the best part, Di, because it's in his bone. Nothing.
Yep.
The only thing they can do is they told him to get some putty. He's gonna go to therapy. We got to get a hand warmer or some shit. There's a whole kit and caboodle. I made sure to ask the questions. I made sure to go with him today. I could have spent time editing videos, but instead I was like, nope, I'm gonna be there. Because Starman don't ask none of the fucking questions he needs to. None of them. I'll ask him afterwards. Okay, what do they say about this? I don't know. What do they say about that? I don't know. What's going to go from here? I don't know. Why didn't you ask? I didn't think about it. So I asked everything. I asked all the questions. What do we have to do here? What can we do there? Can we do anything about this now? So we know the steps we have to take. They're probably going to be expensive, but we know the steps we have to take. So literally her words were, this is a very common thing. I don't know why you're feeling the pain you're feeling. And I was like Follick's right injury, nose injury. I can't with the two of them. It's bad. The two of them, like, so Starman is now cisgendered. Esteban, I'm gonna tell him you said that. Remember, he's got mod status. He'll come after you. He gonna get you. But whatchamacallit, yeah. Duggery is a Di, would you say that it is accurate to say Duggery kind of throws caution to the wind? He's like, why not? And he just kind of goes for it. And it's an admirable thing. But I worry about that man. I worry about his safety sometimes. Men don't ask those kinds of questions. Still, men can talk for hours with each other, have no information to share.
Yeah, men can sit there with their thinking, and you'll ask them what are they thinking, and they have no information to share. So,
I sometimes now, when I first met him, there was no holding that man back. I think now he's finally having to slow down. He's got no choice in the matter. His leg is not letting him. Diane and I were more cautious. We'll make a cup of tea. Might have a snackle. And we'll just chat and bitch on the kitchen table. Plenty of fun. Board game, great. We'll get a card game going. We'll it'll be fine. No. Especially because after I told you guys about when I got stuck in the standby. And Doug's mother yelled at me. Doug doesn't ask questions and Matt doesn't ask questions. Oh, that. Yeah, well. I'm surprised because Doug's a talker like me. I'm surprised he doesn't ask any of those questions. He wants to know everything usually. He's usually the one, he when he calls us up, he wants to know all the info. He wants to know everything going on. Oh, but I've got some shit. It's just personal, but my family doesn't really watch. So last night I'm at my dad's house. We're getting ready to leave. My aunt calls my dad to inform him his brother passed away. Now, my dad and him were not very close anymore. My dad was upset. I come to find out today, he ain't dead. The man's wife just decided to tell everybody he was dead for no reason.
What?
And my aunt, who called, is in her 80s. She is sick. So sick she couldn't even go to her family Thanksgiving. She's so sick she has to give up a lot of things. She can't move. Sometimes she goes days without sleeping. And they tell this woman who was so upset last night, now they got to rush her to the hospital probably because she's starting to get chest pains.
Oh my God.
Fucking serious. So if you wonder why we're not close to said uncle, you're getting a hint why. Because that's his wife. You can't... Yeah, they're both in hospice. They've been in hospice for a hot minute. And when I tell you, when my father called me and told me, I said, pass that by me again. What? He's not dead? Did they not check his pulse? Was there a mistake? Nope, she just lied. She just called everyone and lied. And I was like, oh, and this is why I am fine at this point in my life, not being a part of the family.
Yeah.
We're going to build a new one with little Isabella. Auntie Cassie will just spoil the fuck out of this kid because none of my husband's siblings even think about wanting kids. Half of them are already at that pace in their life where they're not going to. And the other half is just, I doubt it's ever going to happen.
Right.
No shade to them. You can ask Diane. I know she'll agree with me. It does not seem like it's ever going to happen at this point. Although I will say Matt's youngest sibling is only in her early 20s. It can change. I know. See, even the dog agrees.
Thanks, Sydney.
Sydney even agrees with me. Here's what you do. You and your dad go to Home Depot, grab some ladders. My dad is 73. Oh, and they're in California. Double hell fucking no. They're already in hell. I don't need to join them. As I asked him that last night, I was like, Dad, are you going to go to the funeral? He went, that's in fucking California. I don't have no reason to go there. I'm like, the funeral? He goes, I said I have no reason to go there. And I was like, damn, Dad. That's cold. Oh, she reading something. She's concentrating on something.
It's just liking things on Twitter.
Ew, how dare you? How do you like things?
Oh, I got a friend who's trying to get his wife's Twitter account up in things, and
post the link. We can all like it. Damn it.
Yeah. And then John Stossel's talking about how good capitalism is. That's always a good tweet to read.
I love capitalism.
Capitalism's amazing.
That's why I get a kick out of it. Like, do you see that? Did you see my other video about that fat bitch that wants all the hotels?
Oh, that moron. Yeah, we watched that. That was a good video.
And thank you. And that little, I don't know what nationality she is, but the one that goes, capitalism, babes, capitalism. If you all remember back to last October, that's the bitch that got mad at me for calling her out about art and the way things are drawn and how body positivity is not positive. And tried to cancel me while I was in Vegas, and I laughed and laughed at her. And it was quite funny. I laughed from my luxury hotel room, and that is something I'm very mad at. I lost all those videos. I'm a little mad about that. I didn't get to recover them, and I can't get it's the whole thing. What was she mad about? If you go on to my YouTube and you go into my shorts, I posted some of them, but regrettably most of them are gone now because my Twitter got banned. But anyway,
you mean your TikTok?
Ether, huh?
You mean your TikTok?
My TikTok got banned, and I can't get into my other TikTok because the email no longer exists, and I can't remember the password, so I can't even get into confirm. When I tell you guys this whole TikTok bullshit, and so I'm having to use a TikTok that I did not want to use. It is not aesthetically right. The name is not right. Preferably in front of said door, right? And so it's she was sitting there going, she wants business class and first class to be chucked out the front door. She wants them gone, so that way everybody can get a fair shot at a big seat. Because in her mind, fat people and disabled people and tall people are forced to go to the back of the plane and the plebeian seats. And I'm like, well, no, if you pay for it, you get what you want.
Yep.
And then she tried to whine, well, you know why they do it? Because the captain, they're greedy. I'm like, the entire airline industry in every single country is capitalism. It's all private.
The reason it exists is capitalism.
The only reason it exists. The only reason it was even invented. Capitalism.
Yep.
I get a big kick out of it. Oh, it's greed. Yes. But there is human greed and everything. Look at every single society. You will find greed. Oops. I didn't even think the little balls would stick on their own.
Oops.
It's metal, that's for sure. Preferably in said door. I don't use TikTok. I use TikTok because, one, that is where all the crazies are, and that is the best place to farm content. It really is. You want to look up just the most insane shit. Vine was fantastic. You only got 15 seconds, maybe 30. You couldn't do much more than that. And they kept it that way. It was great. TikTok comes along, and it's just like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what went down. Because it was Musically first. But its algorithm is very parasitic. It's very predatory. And it does a really good job of making you believe everything you see is all that exists on the platform. That's why when I got in the fight with the Asians on TikTok, they truly believed there was a whole section of TikTok that is just for them. Really, it's just their For You page.
I truly believe the same thing used to be on Twitter, because you hear people talk about Black Twitter and Fat Twitter, and it's like, what are you talking about? Everything I see on Twitter is just other people on my feed.
They don't realize that if you just keep commenting and following the same things, your Twitter feed will always go to that. But like when I continually start to look at historical pages and art pages and nature pages, they pop up more on my feed.
Mm-hmm.
When I was consistently looking and interacting with Pearl's stuff, all of Pearl's shit kept appearing on my feed. Even
Why I
when
muted her.
I don't interact with it, like when I don't like and comment, it still shows up for me. And I miss Vine so much. Vine was so good. I hate they got rid of it. But it's just, it's stuff like that where they like, it's like the art Twitter. Okay. I did not. This is so mean, but I didn't realize how many NPC artists there really are. I thought that the age of DeviantArt was over. Okay. I thought that because like you always know that fan artist when you like they have the short people are oppressive too. Not in front of me, bite me. Night, Diane. I love you.
Night, Diane.
And tell Duggery I said hi and I love him too. And I hope everything goes over the MRI. Anyways, so if you look at all of them, it was like they gave them a character sheet you could pick from. Okay. You got your selection of gender identity flags, your selection of social justice things, whether it could be about COVID, BLM, whatever. And then you got to pick the age range.
Mm-hmm.
Usually. And mental health. Okay. So you add in the mental health issues. Typically there's like at least 3 per.
Yeah, mark off the ones you want. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mark off the ones you want. And then you got your character mod. Okay. Sorry, it might ruin my back to bend over that mod. All right. Can I block this user?
How do I block a user on somebody else's channel?
Come on. They all come with the jokes tonight. Motherfuckers. And what did I say? They threw me off completely.
You were talking about the NPCs in art Twitter.
And then you got the character mod, right? Okay. So you got your basis, and then you had to pick which 5 neon colors they were going to utilize, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then you had to pick the fetish. Because they all had a fetish. Some of them liked dicks and tits. Some of them liked the bloat. Some of them like everyone had a thing. One of them just
Don't forget the furries.
Right? And you just pick the fandom, pick the fetish, and usually there was a lot of eye makeup. There was a lot of SJ Thacky there. And it was always the same thing. And they all, like every person that got really mad at me. And then their profile picture with "Don't you fucking dare." No. Stop me on that shelf. He only does it when I'm in here.
Mm-hmm.
Only when I'm in here. Anyways. And then they would sit there. And all of them had an anime profile of some kind. And then they proceeded to say, yourself. No one likes you. Everyone else is saying you're wrong, so clearly you're wrong. So you wanna lick the boots of the greedy capitalists. Oh, girl, you're wrong. Just because all of you think you're right. And again, all of them felt there was an art side of Twitter. You're not welcome here. You're not welcome in this. I don't care. So what? And what's hilarious, I'm not saying that I started it. I am saying that it is most serendipitous. Ever since that tweet went, I don't want to say it's viral because only that particular section of people
It got hot.
It got angry. Ever since that got angry, Hollywood has proven me right. Comics have proven me right. Even Wish across the board. There is not a single reviewer, liberal, center, or Republican, that likes this film. No one. And everyone has the same complaints. Everyone. And I keep getting reaffirmed. So that's why these people create these bubbles. And they believe that nothing can stop them from their bubble. And anytime something enters it, they get all pissy. They get all upset, like you were saying, the black Twitter. The only sect of Twitter I would love to annihilate is the cartography.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to get rid of that. Again, on the one hand, I've got to commend them for the cleverness. That's it. I will say Elon should be getting rid of that. The last time I checked on that was a year and a half ago, maybe more. I
know he's trying, but it's not the easiest thing to do.
But I saw Wish Thanksgiving Night, and I didn't hate it. It's not about hating it so much, Mitchell. Some people didn't mind it, but the problem is the same complaint I hear is it's wasted potential. The main character is not endearing in any way. There is a nothing burger to why the villain is even a villain. A lot of stuff is left on the table. A lot of stuff is not explained. They say it very much feels like the movie was written by two different groups of people. They say that the animation feels like it was a half-assed attempt to make an original style, because originally this movie was supposed to be 2D, to harken back to the original, but they could not get enough original 2D animators. There's not enough in Disney now, because none of them have been trained traditionally.
Well, and the ones that still do it probably don't want to do it for how much they're going to pay.
They literally could not find enough. But what's crazy is if you watch Once Upon a Studio, oh my God, you guys. Have you seen it?
I haven't.
Oh my God. You have to. Once Upon a Studio literally makes you so bittersweet.
That's why I don't want to watch it.
Oh, it's so... I cried. Okay.
I'll cry and I'll be mad.
Because it's only 7 minutes, by the way, guys. Once Upon a Studio is not a long video. I would have loved a full-length feature of it instead. Maybe a half-hour special. That would have been better than all of Wish, in my opinion. And I haven't seen it yet. Starman and I had a tradition every year. Thanksgiving night, we'd always go see a movie. Always. This is the second year we've broken. Last year, I don't know why we didn't go. It was either a movie didn't come out or the movie was not worth seeing. This year, I didn't even want to waste my time. Didn't even want to. And there's a part where Mickey talks to the portrait of Walt and Feed the Birds instrumental is playing in the background.
Yeah, that'll make you cry.
I was like, and then they show all the characters. And when I tell you all the characters singing together, it is worth watching. It makes you bittersweet because it harkens back to when Disney was Disney. We all remember what was great about it. And it makes you upset because you see it and watching it, the work that went into this. Oh my God. The work that went into it was laborious. It's the only word. It had to be a massive, massive job. And that's why it's frustrating, because it clearly shows they could have done it and they just didn't. That's true. That's true. It's from last year, but you know, it was a really good movie and we died laughing. Violent Night.
Oh yeah, we saw that last year. Oh God, we laughed. The whole family laughed until we were just.
Oh my God, I was dying. If you haven't seen it, guys, I would say it's in my top 10 Christmas films now.
It is definitely one to watch. It is. We will watch it again this year, and we probably watched it 2 or 3 times last year. It's so good.
I'm so. I will say my top Christmas film still is National Lampoon. I would say up there is Santa Claus, Die Hard. There's a couple. I do not like Elf. I do not like A Christmas Story.
And
Either.
you see, Christmas Story is one of my absolute favorites.
Just
I
like,
will, given the opportunity, watch it for 24 hours straight. But that's because when I was young, they would put it on TNT for 24 hours straight, and I'd put it on and just watch it over and over.
I realize I should see it. Yes, you should. Home Alone. And the thing is, like, it's been so long since I sat down and watched a bunch of Christmas films that sometimes I actually forget the Christmas films that I like. Like, I feel that Nightmare Before Christmas is one of those films that can be Christmas or Halloween. So I can
feel like it's over.
Well, I still love it. Like, it's just one of those things that I enjoy. Muppets Christmas is a great one. It's not in my top 10, but it is a good film. It's like favorite Christmas movie for me is Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay. You gonna have to help me with that one, babe.
I don't remember what part of that was Christmas.
Trying. I'm trying. It's not a jar of dirt, I'll tell you that. Like it's I enjoy Christmas movies when they're done right and they're fun. The Grinch, I feel, hot take, I really do feel the Benedict Cumberbatch one was fun. That was actually a really fun version of The Grinch.
The only one I acknowledge is the original.
See, I don't love it as much. I think the Jim Carrey one's really good. I think mainly because he just looks the part, and it is very memeable.
I just feel like they try to humanize him too much, and they get away from the actual story.
Well, again, that's the fault. Anytime you take a shorter film and you make it longer, like they made the error by making the Cat in the Hat one.
Way too long.
Oh did a good job with the Lorax. I think the Lorax did a great job of not getting too deep into any of the characters.
Well, the Lorax was a longer one anyway.
Right. But I think they did a good job of not making it too the backstory. Oh,
right.
Like
it doesn't need to be a goddamn backstory.
Right. There's way too much of that. But again, that was I think one of the reasons why we can look back on it without being too negative is because that was at the beginning. That was when it wasn't done too often then. It's so overdone now.
Yeah.
It's overdone where you've got to feel bad for the villain. You got and again, I think what the tipping point was for me was that live action Aladdin. You made me agree with Jafar.
I didn't watch that. I am going to be entirely honest. I have not seen a single one of the live action Disney remakes, and I don't plan to ever do it.
Except for the Jungle Book, you're not missing much. I
might have seen the Jungle Book one. I take that back.
The Jungle Book one was really good. Like
the Jungle Book one was good, but I haven't seen any of the others.
I enjoy the Beauty and the Beast one because I think that they did fill a couple of gaps that were nice, but big but, I also can see where they done fucked up. It was stupid. There were certain things that they answered that were great. Emma Watson was not right for the role, in my opinion. She was not. She couldn't sing, and while she's a good actress, I'm sorry, she's not pretty enough to be Belle. She is not charming enough to be Belle. She is a very studious-looking character. That's why they picked her to be Hermione. She doesn't come off as this gorgeous, charming girl that everyone's in love with. I hated Emma Watson's take on Belle. Right. I hated how they made everything like, oh, they bring up the Black Plague, right? So in the movie, they reveal that Belle's mother died because of the Black Plague. Okay, so you can't bring in that realism and then put blacks, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be racist to say it, this was the 16 and 1700s in France. And they were putting Black people in positions of power in this small French village. That doesn't make any sense. That makes zero sense. Especially when you realize that up until the 1900s, what France was still doing to any population of people that were not French and white. So it's like, it's just shit like that. It makes it harder for me to believe the story.
Yeah.
because you can't sit there and do all these things that are right to the time and oh, it's accurate to this, and then do like there's no need for it. There's no need for it. It'd be like making a thing on ancient Africa and sticking a Norwegian Viking in the middle of the African.
Wait, whoa, Star. Don't you know the Vikings were black?
You're right. I forgot. It's true. Not only that, but all English people were black.
Mm-hmm.
All Irish people were black.
Yep.
Italians, we were also black.
Yep.
It's true. All Middle Eastern people were black. And Horror, thank you for placing me back in my rightful spot. My white supremacy.
We need to decenter ourselves.
I did.
Decolonize this conversation.
It's true. I have to step aside and let black voices. Sheep, you need to come in and put us back in our places. We silence ourselves. Thank you, Horror.
No, hold on. Honey, please come here and
He's like, shut the fuck up, woman.
He's not listening to us, so he has no idea what we're talking about, but he knows the second I say, come here, that I'm like, I'm on some bullshit. And he's like, I'm not interested in participating.
Tell him he's got to show the colonizer.
You got to show the colonizers how to behave, honey.
Decolonize her in front of all of us.
Our whiteness.
Both of y'all are white, huh?
Yep. We need your help. We need to decolonize our conversation.
So you telling me you need a nigger to come through and say something? Or?
I can't. He made us laugh so hard they didn't hear him tell him to say it again.
We laughed. I laughed too loud. They couldn't hear you.
I felt like you heard what I said. You just told me to repeat it.
No, let's start. Silver Ogre literally said he couldn't hear me.
I would keep you waiting for my response.
No, he wasn't muted. It was just me.
I muted because I was dying.
So did I.
Oh god, that's bad.
Yep. Here's the coffee cup.
Is it a coffee cup of white supremacy? What is it?
Coffee cup.
It's a coffee cup of coffee.
Well, as you know, coffee is indicative of supremacy because only white people can enjoy coffee. Have you not realized that?
All right, and tell me why I should give a fuck though.
As a patriarchal male, you really need to understand that even though yes, you are a person of color who has experienced the negative forms of racism in this country, as a man and a cisgender male at that, you need to understand that your position of power over drinking that coffee is hurting indigenous peoples. You are hurting indigenous peoples by drinking that coffee because you are using your patriarchy. Yeah, the camera's racist. It keeps going. Damn it, keeps.
There.
You drinking that coffee, sir, is a sign of your patriarchal, male-centric ego. Because there are indigenous people who had to struggle to bring those coffee beans to you. I need to... Sheep, stop oppressing yourself. I need to understand. That belch was a sign of male supremacy. Are you mansplaining gas to me, sir? He doesn't even have a woke quip to that. I win. He's like, hold my beer. Oh God.
Because it's 11:12 p.m. here, I'm not gonna make another cup of coffee.
It's actually 1:10. So I need to understand that daylight savings and differences in time is another sign of white supremacy. So you're internalized.
Whoa. You got to be careful there, because he is black, and you're talking about time. You're not good at that.
Is that why you're behind? Do you think it's only 11 there because you're always late? He's like, hold on, I gotta get this.
Yes.
I win.
Oh, only for now. But yeah, as Mama Amarada was saying, the person who struggled for that coffee he is drinking is an old fat white woman.
I know, Mama. That's why my cup is empty now. Oh God! Remember being on time.
Except Rippaverse books are on time and EVS books are always late. We won't discuss that.
This video wasn't demonetized before. No. Remember, see, Sheep smiled, and that is also a sign of white supremacy. You cannot. Well, he wasn't laughing, and notice the two white women were laughing. So being racist again. Oh God, it just never ends, guys. I can't keep up.
No,
I can woke off with the best of them, but sometimes even I lose track. Oh God, what were we even talking about? She absolutely derailed us. We went off. Oh my God. Oh Lord, she's English, so he is oppressed, right? That's right. He's supposed to be speaking like Shaka Zulu or something. Like
there should be some clicks and some snapping or something.
Because clearly, that's the only way that any African nation speaks. That's all right, guys. That's all right. It's just another sign of the patriarchy. We'll get through it together, kids. You guys own pets already. Sheep isn't a black man. He can read. He has an ID, and he didn't vote for Biden. I know it's true. He didn't. He's just
no. He's just melanatedly blessed,
right. And see, we're not really women because we believe that abortion is wrong, and we agree with Trump, even though we're not like.
Get iffy on the Trump thing, but
listen, if I had to pick, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather have myself a Javier Milei, but
I personally, just because I know it'll piss so many people off, if I had to pick the ticket, I want Trump with Vivek as his vice, because it would just make so many people angry.
It really would,
and would be beautiful. I would love to see it, because then how the hell are they going to call him a racist? They're going to have a real hard time, because then they're going to have to they are going to have to then devalue Vivek as a person of color.
Oh, but they will. They have zero problem with that.
Oh, I know they have zero problem, but then that opens a whole new can of worms. Let me tell you something. I have been hearing in the last few weeks, some people from my old life, from back in Rhode Island, Friends of mine who stopped being friends with me and deleted me off social media over politics that are POC. Back out. Not only have they all adopted cats now, which I think is hilarious because they all hated cats. They've all told me they're voting for Trump this time around.
Oh, really?
And these are Spanish women.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking, but they were very proud of their heritage. So I'm thinking Latinx kind of got to them a little bit. I think that was the start of it right there.
Yeah.
And technically speaking, trans women are trying to overtake the position of women. Right. Who was that that recently said women's sports are not for subpar men? And
I remember who said that, but that's a good one.
The way she phrased it was a beautiful thing. And the thing is, again, obviously, you guys see who I love. I love Blair White. There are quite a few trans people that I talk to and been friends with. Heron being one of them. I don't feel like going off and name dropping all the trans people that I'm friendly with or that I support. But
you probably forget one, and then
right, and the next thing I'll be canceled for that. And like, I'm very careful these days of interacting with some of my trans followers because I don't feel like dealing with the headache. I state my piece. You don't like it? There's the fucking door.
Social media, it's really easy to get rid of me.
Oh, yeah. It's real easy. You can just go. This is not an airport. Don't announce it. Just go. Because I will 100% make you feel bad about it. I've had that happen a couple times the last few weeks as well. Someone tried to shame me for what I'm saying on YouTube. I'm like, why are you still here? Did I change my mind? You're not changing my mind. Bye-bye. See you. And it's like, men are the best women. I still hate the word caps. What do you mean? Oh, like saying cap is and they lied? I
don't get that one. I've asked Sheep to explain it to me multiple times. He doesn't understand. Cap? Yeah, I don't get it.
So when they say cap, it means
no, I understand what they're saying. I don't understand, like, where did it come from? Like, if you're wearing a cap, then you're good, but if
Riz.
I don't get that one either.
But I will say fun to say. I don't mind some of the new lingo the kids have come out with. And some of their, I will give them this. They may not be mentally well, and their fashion taste may be atrocious. But these chitlins of this day and age do have a fairly good comedic bone. I will give
occasionally.
Zero freaking cat. Real for real.
You white bear.
I mean, which is worse, subpar men competing in women's sports or those subpar men winning said sports? I think it's both.
Isn't that the same thing?
It's the same thing. Because the problem is, at the end of the day, and this is something that these very liberal women who will sit there and say that, you know, men and women are equal and blah, 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 blah. They don't want to hear that we are 100% not equal in physicality. And this is something that Pearl could never understand. Or she understands and she, like, pretends to be ignorant too. You can be, in a value way, equal, but have different values that make you equal. That's like saying my bills are not equal to my social life. That's not true. Bills support your physical life. Your social life supports your emotional life. Both are equal, but both are valued differently. Your mortgage will not help you have fun. Your mortgage does not give you the emotional love that family does. However, that same mortgage pays for the home to have the fun in and to keep your loved ones safe. That's the best way I can phrase it. It's not about whether or not you are the same. It's your what? I thought Liza P was going to be an expose about Pearl. Different skills and strengths that contribute equal value to society and home. Exactly.
Well,
Go ahead.
Fact is no two humans are equal to each other. It doesn't matter if they're male versus female. Two women aren't ever going to be the same. Two men aren't ever going to be the same. It's not how that works. It's just, people have individual skills and abilities that are complemented by other people who together make up a whole that can then create things greater than themselves. It's just how it works. And the idea that people can be straight across equal to each other is not only is it unrealistic and idealistic, it's wrong and leads people to do things that aren't helpful to anybody.
And this is the problem that we're facing right now. It's like, and again, like the Pearl was praising Tim, how much she loves him. And then Tim Pool came out and pretty much said she's a fucking moron.
She is.
Which she is. But what I find funny is, so Pearl will sit there and say on her own timeline, men are smarter than women no matter what. She'll say this word for word. Men are smarter than women. There is no woman that is smarter than a man. Da, 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 da. But the moment Tim Pool came out against her, she started trying to fight with him and say how wrong he was. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He said she surrounded herself in shitty people. And she immediately started saying, my parents did this, that, and the other. That is not someone you surround yourself in. That is someone you didn't choose to be around. She purposely misled the conversation to pretend he's talking about her family. Bitch, we talking about Tate. We talking about Fresh and Fit. We talking about the apple. And see, all of them, and this is one thing I love, all the people that were okay with her, she has stepped on all their toes.
Oh, yeah.
She went after the quartering. She went after Sydney Watson. She's gone after Tim Pool. And the thing is, these are all major voices on the right side. Whether or not they think they're right wing, whether or not they like it, she stepped on Lauren Chen's toes. These are all the people that are leading it. She steps on Ben Shapiro's toes. Now, granted, the whole thing with Candace and Ben Shapiro, that's a whole other fucking moronic. Never have I seen such asinine arguing. She wants us to listen to her when she says every woman is bad. Right, but then she says she's not woman hating. Like, she'll sit there and call everyone whores and go, I'm not being mean. I'm not bullying. I'm just speaking facts.
Well, then, so she's a whore is what she's saying?
And that's the fun part. Like, and then now she's finally sitting there. I've never said I wasn't any of these things. Okay, but by your own volition, you have said you would never take advice about relationships with someone who hasn't held down a relationship. You do not hold down a relationship. And it's very obvious now that everything you do is merely hate farming. What people claimed I did, she actually does.
Yeah.
Rachel, for fuck's sake.
The facts and truth are rude. Yeah, right?
Right. Tim could have just said, Pearl says men are always smarter than women. I'm male. You, Pearl, are female. Drops mic. There you go. But the problem is he laid out the facts. Brittany Venti. All right. So I was talking to Michelle the other day because she and I roast Pearl over text all the time. Every time Pearl does something, I go like, Michelle, look at this, and I send it to her because I'm just like, it's hilarious. And we both started talking about the Brittany Venti video. And I gotta say, I didn't really think much of Brittany Venti for a long time. I thought she was kind of like really boring and stale, and what she had to say wasn't good. I was wrong. And that's because I really didn't give her a chance. Whenever she talked, my eyes would glaze over because she's not super engaging. You have to force yourself to engage. Once you catch on to her vibe,
engaging to a certain population.
Well, yeah, there's certain assets of her that make it very engaging. But then I started watching her absolute dissection and destruction of Pearl. I now see the actual value of Brittany, and it's very impressive because when she tore Pearl apart, she did it in a very eloquent, very classy way, and absolutely destroyed her. And Jay Aubrey, or Jawbry, whatever, however you say his name, his video It absolutely just lays waste. Anything like I'm so glad she got demonetized because what happened with Pearl right after that, you saw her at first she was like, I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna get it back. She hasn't gotten it back. And now you see her desperately. Before she was just tweeting stuff that would like cause a little bit of a fight, nothing big. Now she's just directly attacking anyone to create drama so she can generate clicks and generate views and get whatever she can possibly attain off of Twitter. It's so obvious. It's really sad. I don't listen to him for entertainment. How dare you, pluribus?
On the plus side, we're entertaining.
Right. Look at Haro. He's silver lining it for me. When she started, she was a drama streamer. She would bait people into messing with her just to react, and that was a while ago. I barely know Venti other than she knows Think Before You Sleep. Yeah, Think Before You Sleep is one of her mods. I found that out when I was in one of her chats the other day. She just popped up and I was like, I'm gonna go see what her chat's like. I will say when she's interacting with people, she is much more animated when she's directly interacting with someone. She is much more animated. She has a little bit more talk. She was doing a style mod video game of Pearl. She took a picture of Pearl and she was like, we're gonna make her look better. So she was doing all these things. I love Tree of Logic. Tree will tell you right out she's mean. So whenever there's things, just because I really enjoy listening to what she says, I don't say it to her because I don't feel like getting blocked when I really want to see what she's fucking saying. And it's not worth having to go through the different accounts to do it. Pearl got dolled up recently. Did you see?
No, I literally have her muted because she's one of those people that I know is attention farming. So I've gone out of my way to make sure I'm not giving her any attention.
I don't know if I screenshot it. Let me see.
It's her and Nina Turner.
How do I know that name?
Because she's an annoying goddamn bitch who keeps preaching for socialism on Twitter.
I don't know if I don't know. Either way, I'm going to bring up this photo that I found.
Hi, Kitty. Yes, Alex. Come here.
Pearl got herself dolled up.
She screwed up.
I don't think it's that bad. She picked the right color. The hair could use a lot of work, and I do think that they put a little too much on her eyes. But I think it's far better than what she normally looks like. Esteban, that is far too vague.
She's just really annoying. She got into a fight with the Libertarian Party about some bullshit.
Oh, also, guys, I'm going to bless you with kitties. Kitties and puppies. Yeah, this was Orion not happy that Greta was getting attention. Am I going the wrong direction?
No, you're going the right way.
Oh, it's because I forgot. I can only send them in sets of 8.
Yep.
Forgot that part. The kittens have gotten quite big, by the way, guys.
Huge.
Like, to give you an idea, I was holding Luna earlier. Dante is the same size as her.
Oh.
Look at Atticus.
He's so cute.
Atticus is such a good boy. Oh, whoops. Dante, Gorian is not. Gorian is an asshole. He has been destroying my curtains. A fan sent those to me, okay? And I immediately put them up. I loved them, and they were fine. And then these 3 came along, and now they're not fine. It's so sad. Let me see. Oh, just Atticus being pure serotonin.
Oh.
Look at how cute these guys are. And I want to go grab them out of the crate, but the problem is that they are so ready now. They're ready to be done, and I am ready for them to be done, but I've got to get them vaccinated because of Calliope.
Yeah.
So it's a little sad, but Atticus is my perfect little poser. He is really like just so good. He's
gotten so big. His face has kind of changed.
It has, hasn't it? This is what I talk about, guys. The Rorschach. This is his Rorschach pattern.
His stripes are just so clear.
Oh, Lord, Lydia, your phone blows up with all those. Yeah. There's a lot of... You guys do not understand how many photos I have of animals on my phone.
I kind of do.
Well, she does because she does the same thing I do. You know how cute he is. He's the one that likes getting pet the most. This is like, I know it doesn't look it. He's in pure heaven right there. He is the one who actively comes up and looks for pets. He's the only one.
So cute.
He's such a good boy. I thought we could get a little mental cleanse. Well,
I took Alex and Vincent to the vet at the beginning of this week, and just for their yearly checkup and their shots. And both are really healthy. Vet said he didn't see anything wrong. I discussed some of the changes in Alex with him, and he said, he's just getting older. You can try to fatten him up a little if you want to, but realistically, as they get older, they eat less. It's normal. I don't see anything wrong with him. For Sydney and or not Sydney. For Vincent, he was looking at his teeth, and the minor teeth after the front ones here apparently have some cavities in them that haven't really changed. But he said that where they are is fine. More than likely, he would prefer that the tops break off because then the gums will grow over it instead of having to pull them, because pulling them, those are big roots. And
they're all like one line of a lot of teeth.
Yeah, it's like those ones right there. So they're minor teeth that they don't really need, but they're ones that are most likely to have issues.
Of course.
So he says, over his years, because he's an old vet, so he's got a lot of experience with it. He's noticed that if they break off, most cats do just fine. And he would prefer that they break off and the gums just heal over it. Then I took Grace to the vet, and my mother had been on Facebook looking at, I don't remember what she was looking at specifically, but she saw some people talking about a new vaccine that they've been giving to dogs, and they suspect that the vaccine has been giving their dogs a cough.
Yes, that was something I did want to touch on today. This is a new super cold, guys, that's been going around. And I'm really glad, because I was supposed to get the dogs vaccinated like about 2 months ago. And time got away from me, money, all that. I will not be bringing the dogs out to any facility for a long time. There is a severe wet cough, kennel cough like cold. And the thing with kennel cough, guys,
it's actually a flu from what I understand.
Yeah, so it's a borderline flu. It can kill your dog.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely can. No matter how healthy your dog is, no matter how young it is, no matter how old it is, it can still kill your dog. Starman told me straight out, he's like, we're not bringing the dogs out for a while. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, we're not bringing them out. And then he told me about this, and I was like, not even going to argue with you. 100%. Because so at my restaurant, this was in the summer, and this lady gave me the dirtiest look, but I'm really glad I didn't do it. There was a woman from the town council, going around right at the end of spring, passing out free water bowls for the stores to fill and put in front of the restaurant for if people were walking around with their dogs, for the dogs to drink. Now, that sounds really great.
So you think about all the bacteria.
Right. The first thing I thought was all of these dogs walking around. That's so many people. There's hundreds of people downtown alone that walk their dogs every day. There is a lot of wildlife meandering around. Roaches, rats, mice, squirrels, birds. The first thing I thought was that would get a dog sick. And so I said to her, oh, that's fine. We don't want it. It can spread disease. She gave me the dirtiest look. She was like, okay. And then every other business in town took the damn bowls. I'm the only one that didn't. And I was like, I don't know. Because to begin with, it just felt like, as Silvar said, bad idea.
Yeah.
Bad idea. And on top of that, yes. Because the thing is, that's another thing on top of what we already have to watch out for at the restaurant. Okay, we have outdoor tables. When we tell folks you can bring your dog, we can just give you a plastic bowl that you can throw away.
Yep.
You don't got to get that one reusable bowl. That's first.
And honestly, I prefer to bring my own water for my dogs personally.
That's what I do. Everything I have for the dogs, I have. Like, I have their snacks, their poop bags, everything. And dang it, trying to collect Pearl screenshots. I keep it all with me. Their water, I have a little bottle that folds out. It's great.
Yep.
So the quad father, he just informed me to stop yelling on Twitter. I was like, I don't want to. He shared a video by this left-wing person. I don't know who they are, but I didn't care because she said that she had to body a kid from storming up to her dog. And when, like, body block, not like, slam the kid.
Right, okay.
But
that's a little different.
But she had to body block the kid from stomping up to her dog. And she literally says to the kid, how about we not march up to strange dogs, things like that. The parent was like, they're 3.
So?
That is no fucking excuse. And as a matter of fact, again, the dog group is the gift that keeps on giving. They shared a video of maybe 7-month-old crawling around. And it started to crawl towards the dog. And the mother goes, is that what we're supposed to do? Are you supposed to be going up to the dog? This child couldn't even speak properly. Couldn't even walk. And the baby went, She went, that's right. You leave them alone. I had my 6-month-old niece trained. Don't touch the whiskers. Don't pull the ears. Don't touch the belly. Don't yank the tail.
Yep.
Do gentle. That's what we called it. Do gentle. You can 100% teach a child. And this is the hot take. The only reason your kid doesn't respect any boundaries is because you let them push it and you don't want to tell them no.
It's because you don't give them boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is another hot take. I believe it starts with how they allow the baby to breastfeed. Everyone I know says it's A-okay for the kid to take the tit and...
Oh, hell no.
I'm saying we're talking like full-on bite, yank, pull. And I've always said if I had ever been a mom, that never would have happened. It would have been a little flick of the mouth, would have pulled off, they would have unlatched. That's cruel. No, you're teaching that child early to disrespect you.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like it or not. I understand maybe the first time the kid's still learning.
Even the second or third time, but you got to give them a sign that, no, you can't do that.
Right. You stop them from doing that. Oh, well, how are they going to get the milk out? The way they're supposed to, just drinking. And I've had a lot of moms tell me, I don't know what I'm talking about because I've never done it. I'm like, I know plenty of women older than all of you who have breastfed, never allowed their kids to do that. It just wasn't done. Oh, I had a whole argument. I got into a whole debate on Twitter. No, and thank you, Annie. Thank you. Annie, did you ever let your kids do that? And if they did do it, what did you do to stop it? I would love to know, because I had a friend, her breasts got damaged from how her kid was.
That's why you can't do that.
Parents set boundaries or get spoiled kids. And there was this kid on Twitter. This video is going around. You've all probably seen it. They were all saying prayers, and a bunch of the kids were laughing. They had been warned several times. So grandma came out with the belt.
Oh boy.
She smacked that little girl right across the back of the head. Oh, there was a whole thing on Twitter. How this was torture, this was abuse, this was that, and the other. And I said, these kids were warned multiple times. These children were laughing, giggling, while their elderly uncle was saying prayers. So to begin with, and this is on Thanksgiving when everyone's there, okay? This isn't like it's a family dinner. This isn't like it's like, it's the kids' meal. Everyone's there. You're not only disrespecting your family, you're disrespecting the Lord. You were warned. You knew the consequences. You only got upset after the consequences.
After you suffered the consequences, yep.
You only got upset then. A quick flick. Right. There you go. Right here. I was told that's abusive. And if they're doing that, they're not really hungry. They're just bored. Thank you.
And you should be teaching your kids not to eat when they're bored anyway.
Well, Granny wasn't exactly moving all that great. And I don't disagree that maybe the head or face wasn't the great. But this is how, if I can find something. It was honestly a soft hit. She went, it didn't even smack. There was no snap to it. This was more embarrassment than anything. And everyone was like, oh, that's how you get trauma. That's how you get this. Oh, none of you want to talk about it. And I was sitting there saying, no, that's how you get soft kids when you don't do it.
That's how kids learn that, at a young age, which is possibly the best time for them to learn it, that when something happens, there's a consequence and you should think about things before you get the consequence.
Oh, no, they said that all it teaches them is to fear adults. I knew that if I was bad, the wooden spoon was coming out. Ask me how many times in my life that wooden spoon was actually used on me. Because I don't even know. It was that little. Maybe once or twice. My dad only slapped me once in my life. I was 5 years old. I disrespected my grandfather. And my father leaned right over, right across the face. Never touched me again. Guess what I also never did again? I never disrespected my grandfather. I was a goody two-shoes. I behaved. I went in the corner because I was so good. I got to get a timeout to do whatever the fuck I wanted. So I got a juice, a snack, and I got to watch TV with mom. When I tell you, I did not fear my parents. I feared disappointing my parents, which all kids should. And I feared the bad consequences of my actions. There's a reason why you never see my ass in jail. I can guarantee, think about it right now, guys. All of you, think about how many friends of yours that have at least been arrested once, have done illegal things, have had to do some kind of, I can tell you right now, I know a lot of people who've either done jail time, gotten probation, gotten some fines. They may never didn't serve any jail time itself, or have at least been held in custody. Maybe not arrested, but held in custody. Had to go to court for stuff. All different things.
One. But I don't have many friends.
I have one.
But there's a difference between friends and people I know. People I know, I know a number of people who are just finally getting out of jail from things they've done and are now working.
But that's my point. I did not want to be that. What?
There's a guy on Twitch front page of a Mexican sleeping with monkeys. They're on his couch, not like it sounds.
What does that sound like to you?
You see, you say sleeping with monkeys. I think, everybody's together in bed, cuddled up, sleeping. What are you thinking?
Right. Hater.
Do you need to tell us something?
What are the monkeys in your house doing? Right. Like, if I will tell you all right now, in my personal opinion, do you know what has made me delegitimize almost every complaint about cops? Body cam footage. I absorb tons of compilations of body cam footage. I'm a hater. What do you want? No. If you're sleeping with monkeys, that's the opposite of hating.
It's a whole different type of love.
We're doing some jungle love over there, sir. We don't want to know about that shit. Mm-mm. But like I was saying, nasty. Like I was saying, what you bringing in here on your little purple tabs over here? Horror. Kind of hatersaurus is this?
The best kind.
Also, Sonny.
Oh,
Dude, he's been like Velcro to me ever since he came back. I can't walk into bed properly. That's bananas. But I have watched so many interactions with, let's just say, I'm gonna say this and you'll all fill in the blanks yourself. People who claim that cops seek them out. I watch how they interact with the cops. I watch how they flip the switch. I watch how they go ape shit like that over cops that are being so nice, over cops that are being so patient, that give them so much time, give them so much room. And it's almost like they're mad the cops are not being what they want them to be. I've watched it time and again. And I've watched that these cops don't treat any of them any differently. At all. And don't behave!
Shh, unlucky. No, don't
do
that.
I won't even read that just because of, we named the monkey Jack Commodore Mimosa.
I will say, you said something there that I think is kind of becoming an issue in society, that there are people out there who aren't receiving the type of treatment that is sold to them that they think they're supposed to get, so that they can, I don't know, overcome it or something, and they're very upset when they don't.
I know what you're going to reference. Because I'm thinking of it right now.
Ironheart.
Yes!
That stupid comic. And
so
honestly, the first time I read that panel, my thought was probably a little different than most people's, just because the way my brain works, I guess. I don't automatically ascribe the same kind of SJW things that a lot of other people do, because my brain's weird, I guess. I don't know. Because I don't care that much. Maybe. But when I read it the first time, it's like, to me, if it had been written by an intelligent person, which unfortunately, reading further on what other people say, they're not, it's actually a good reflection on the fact that we have come a long way, that a young Black girl or any girl can go up to a teacher and say, I want to be a scientist. And she's like, good. And so the reaction of the teacher, the reaction of Riri Williams, that's a weird name, to that, no, I'm not talking about the Japanese porno, but two, we're not talking about porn.
You know,
I probably shouldn't say that word on YouTube, but huh?
We know what he was doing when he was quiet,
right? But that, what you just said literally is that reflection back, that but you're supposed to oppress me. Why?
And the thing is, it's like, when I read it, number one, I was like, this can't be real. But then I thought, wow, this is the author, this is the artist making fun of that and showing that there is no struggle for this girl. But then I realized, no, they just wanted to show that deep down the teacher's like that. Whatever. It came first. But I've literally watched. Oh, good night, Rachel.
Night, Rachel. Sweet dreams.
I watched.
Thanks for the pictures of your doggy, White Bear.
Several of these girls, the cops are treating them totally normal and holding them accountable for their bad actions. And these girls are sitting in the back. Guys, too, they'll sit there, and this is even before George Floyd. Her and Lady by Otis. I don't want to know.
It's a Miles Morales reference when they did the what if he was Thor. Look at him.
Sonny. He's so ridiculous.
Yeah, no, exactly, Silver. That's kind of where I was. But yeah, they dropped that ball hard.
Yeah, I that is exactly what I thought it was going to be, but no, apparently they were leaning into it, and just we didn't realize it. What I think is funny is they didn't realize that they were kind of writing without realizing it. But when it comes to these girls, they sit in the back. You think I'm
One
nothing
second.
but a.
The black guy wants to say something.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know how y'all got on the topic of Riri Williams, but I
Maybe a
disagree
woman.
with your statement.
Yes, we discussed that in the car.
I know, but
Do you
now
want
I'm
to put
going
on
to
your
let everybody else
headphones
know.
so that you can hear what Star says in response to you?
Okay, sure. I will put my headphones on then.
Hold on, he's got to untie it.
I know. Typical man making a woman wait.
All right, so while I understand what you're saying, that is overthinking what the comic should be.
Yeah. Did you? But I'm getting the feeling you didn't listen to everything I said.
I'm getting a feeling he didn't either.
As far as them thinking too much into, as well, maybe you're overthinking is what you're saying.
No, I said that when I initially read it, that's what I thought. But from what I understood, that's not where they went in the book.
Okay. But even from both perspectives, most comic readers look at that and say, "Why?
Mhm.
Just why?"
Well, Silver agrees with me.
Like regardless to it being, a fucking 6-year-old girl who's out of her time, or even if it was supposed to be something that was just like poorly executed, why was that story written? Riri Williams shouldn't exist in the first place.
We agree.
It's not even for the sake of oh, this story is garbage. She's just a pointless character.
Mm-hmm.
We don't disagree on that, but the point I was making is that when that was written, we thought it was a commentary on the woke cult, right? Like when you read it, we thought initially this was supposed to be a commentary kind of making fun of the woke culture, but instead what it was seriously sitting there trying to say, oh, she needs that motivation because it is still buried in there, and then it builds off from that, but it's all bullshit, right? So it's all bullshit. And what I was trying to say is in the part you didn't say, also Silvar's calling you out.
Yes.
He calling you out hard.
You got more sheep tonight than a year on his channel, is what he's saying.
Go ahead with your thought, Star.
Oh, he does hope Pandemonium's going well though.
What would happen was I said that ever since dash cam footage has become really popular, because even though it did exist on YouTube, after body cams really became mainstream, it was only a couple of cities that did it. But ever since like 2014, 2015, they've exploded. And I'll watch these body cam footage from before the George Floyd, from before even the 2016 riots. You've got some from 2012, right? You constantly see over and over again a certain demographic of person that talks a certain way usually, and is usually accused of certain activities. Perhaps they are taking something that doesn't belong to them. Perhaps they are driving without a license. Perhaps they are inebriated at the time. Perhaps they have abandoned a child, or left a child in a hot car. These are all things that I have seen happen. And when these people meet with the consequences of their actions, rather than say, this is my fault, usually they then proceed to berate said officer, who treats them very politely, that all they see, and it's on the footage for a lot of these people, that of course the officer's doing this to them because officers hate them anyway. All pigs are this, that, and the other, and they see them as nothing but a hard R. All you want to do is enslave us. You see, I'm a hard R. I'm a hard R. And that's what they shout over and over again. You've done this to my people. Oh, you always target me. One woman got mad because her brother died in a high-speed chase in another town, And she proceeded to scream at the cops about it that caught her while she was stealing in a high-speed chase with an expired license, but it was the cops' fault. And what I was saying was, ever since I've watched these body cam and dash cam videos that have become very popular, what I've seen is a lot of the complaints these people seem to have and perpetuate in the media are literally being proven wrong in real time. There's no way you can doctor these. These are government released videos. They are not edited. They are real as they get. And what I see every time is these are people who reach for officers' guns. They approach, like I have found that, what's his name? The guy that got killed in his grandma's yard. I've watched the body cam footage endlessly. He ran from the cops. Then he, after running for a long time, turned around and approached the cops in the dark and pulled out something from his pocket. Sure, it was his phone, but why, oh why, would you turn around and charge the cops with your phone in your hand? And everyone's saying, oh, well, they didn't announce they were police. They said several dozen times, police. This is the police. Come out, your hands up. Drop to the ground. Again, it's over and over again. The same thing over and over again. Yep, socially engineered narcissism on display. Over and over again, I see the same thing over and over and over again. And so it's just, for me, I've noticed that lately, if you haven't noticed, because again, these body cam videos are becoming very prevalent lately. These channels have exploded. There might have been some before, but now they are like everywhere. And I have noticed a lot of people aren't complaining about how evil cops are lately. It's almost like now that they see the evidence in front of them and they realize how they all sound like dumbasses and what these people actually do, it's like now they have to find a new narrative. So that was my point. I don't know if Sheep is still listening, but that's been my point.
I am. I was just trying to figure out because you went far away from what happened with Riri Williams.
Well, that's where we started. That's how it even came
you went
up.
backwards.
Yeah. So she so that's where we started with the conversation, and that's why we ended up with, because we had that conversation in the car on the way to Milwaukee, or back from Milwaukee, actually, because I don't remember what we were talking about at the time, but when I talked to him about the fact that, when I read that, that's what I thought. And he had basically the same response then he just gave now, that I was overthinking. But I think the difference there between the mindsets, for one, I don't look at it a whole bunch. And for two, he'd been reading comics deeply for a while and already knew that was the type of direction and thing that they do, where I did not when it came to that kind of thing. So.
Well, I definitely agree that Riri, like, I remember vaguely when they announced there was going to be a new form of Iron Man and it was going to be a black girl. And I'm like, why?
And they made a cover that made her look like Lauryn Hill.
I vaguely remember that too.
Yep.
I didn't know about that.
They did another cover and they were like, oh, there was like some other cover where she's like, I forgot, she was just sitting down, and like, because her outfit was like form-fitting, she was wearing like, I don't know, some yoga pants or some shit like that. People made a big stink about it. I was like, oh, why are you sexualizing this teenager? So then they redrew it and just put Iron Man's helmet like in her lap or some shit like that. Yep. I was like, okay, this is obviously stupid. You're pandering to the wrong people, for one. For two, that like Riri Williams was created by the same guy that did Miles Morales. And we all know Miles Morales was created specifically to be a half black, half Hispanic Spider-Man, which is also pointless. So that's just been my stance. I don't like characters that are created specifically to fit a box.
Right.
Like those characters. And I much less like characters who basically devalue the character that they're based off of. Basically, all of those fan fiction web slingers, I don't like them. Well, most of them. I'm fine with Scarlet Spider. Spider-Man 2099 has some decent stories, but if they didn't exist, I wouldn't be upset. Basically.
And again, that's where I've been saying it now for a while, and this is exactly the mentality. So like when people get mad at me, like it's kind of people say Elsa should be gay or this, that, and the other. Why? What is the reason beyond you wanting it to fit a role that makes you feel better about the character? Or when people slash characters, like nothing pisses me off more than fan pairings and head canons and fan art and all this fan fiction, all this bullshit. Because what you're doing is you're saying whatever that person created, you may have liked it, but you only liked it enough to when it fit into what you wanted. And when it didn't fit into exactly what you wanted, you said, okay, I'm going to take this thing that you made. Thank you. I'm going to take it. And it's beautiful this way. You know what? It's better this way. I like it this way. This is actually better. And this works more for what I want, because now this specializes what I am. This fits into what I need to see. So rather than going off and saying, man, your story is good, I'm going to accept it exactly as is, not change it. I like it. I'm going to make a similar story, but I'm going to write it myself. They don't do that. Instead, they create their own pairings that are far better for them because it's better fat material. Or they go and they make their own self-insert of a character because it makes them feel like they're closer to these things. And for me, it's like you said. Now, thankfully with Miles, they actually did a good enough job at least making him a decent character. In my opinion, they did at least a decent job. But the fact that their entire idea was Spider-Man, but make him black.
And Hispanic.
And the thing is, in order for Miles to work, they still couldn't get rid of Peter.
Thanks, Metastep. Well, yeah, that's because Peter Parker's Spider-Man and Miles Morales is Miles Morales.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, they even still live in the same universe. So you still couldn't make Miles work unless he piggybacked off of Spider-Man. Even in his own universe. He couldn't be the original spider creature, even in his own fucking town. He still had to have Peter to bounce off of. So at that point, is your character truly that strong? Did you actually make an original character, or did you just make a different tone of him?
Yeah, basically that.
Used a darker crayon to color him in, yeah.
Peter Darker, yeah.
Peter Darker?
I don't know that she's heard that one before. But yeah.
We just didn't know. But again, like, this is the thing. Elsa was written originally with none of that in mind. She was written to be a villain at first. There was no romance to her. And the only thing they wanted to keep doing was making familial love. Then everyone saw it as, oh, this is clearly about gay people. No! It's just, that was not what it was about.
People.
Oh, here, I'm gonna give you an even crazier situation. Pokemon.
Yes.
There's a Pokemon called Salamence, and basically throughout its entire, like, well, the first stage of it is Bagon, and throughout its entire like evolution cycle, the Pokedex entries say, well, Bagon wants dreams of becoming a dragon with wings so that it can fly, because it's just basically like a little T-Rex looking thing with a little, or like a really solid head. So it does this thing where it dives off of cliffs to try to fly, but it doesn't. And then it shells up in its second stage, and then its third stage, it turns into Salamence with the wings and stuff. Somebody wrote an article about that being a trans allegory, and I laughed my ass off so fucking much. Holy shit! It was the most, like, I have not seen reach like that since Luffy tried to touch the edge of creation. It had me dying.
I don't even like One Piece, and that's a good reference. It's to me, the problem is that when you sit down and I say this all the time now, take any of these woke battles, copy and paste. It's just like how they sit there, like, and I can go full circle right back to this J-Bay bitch, sitting there complaining about how we need to have size inclusive chairs and in hotels and things like that. And you're making yourself, you claim to be the minority. You claim to be what a minority is. And what is a minority? It means you're a small part of the population. If you are a small part of the population, then that means you have to accept that you're not going to get accommodated as a small part of that population. If you are in a country that is majorly populated by white straight people, why are you constantly upset that you are not in the media for the majority of said white straight people? Why does it bother you? It's not like there's media out there that doesn't exist. It's already yours. But you need to sit there. And the thing is, you don't want an original that could be that for you. What you want is to take over the, for lack of a better term, the spaces and the characters that were established for something else. For instance, again, yes, most hotels don't even have bathrobes, but she's requiring all hotels have 6 and 7x bathrobes. Meanwhile, sitting here saying that all the hotel rooms have to be adjusted, all the hallways, when there are already hotels, every hotel has handicap rooms.
I have yet to ever be in a hotel I didn't feel comfortable walking down the hall. How fat do you have to be that getting down the hall is an issue?
If you trip and you happen to fall, you don't want to also tumble into the wall. That's what I'm assuming she's wanting. So you have to make sure that it's airport space in each hotel.
I'm gonna tell you right now, my fat ass spread my legs so wide. And
I saw the video.
I saw the video.
I died laughing.
We watched.
I remember I got the idea. I was sitting there listening to her, and I got angrier and angrier and angrier. And I was like, Matthew, get me the numbers to the hotels in town. And I started calling them. And they were weird. About it. And the one I didn't call, I was like, I'm just gonna walk in. Matt said, what? I'm like, I'm just gonna walk in. And the concierge was like, go ahead. And I started walking through. And it's just like, that was a tiny hotel. Tiny. And I have stayed in some tiny ass hotels. I stayed in hotels where I wasn't quite sure if I was going to make it out alive.
Been
And
there before too.
And I will tell you, the elevators and stairs and everything else still accommodated me.
We stayed in a really freaking old hotel in Milwaukee. It was open in 1908 or something, and they just renovated it in. Well, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Depends on you.
1908 is a movie.
Probably is, but that has nothing to do with the hotel.
No, it's a different movie. Never mind. Go ahead.
And so we got in there. The I have pictures. I have to send them to you. The elevator doors were so cool because instead of having the ones that open up, you had to pull them.
The old metal gridiron one.
Yeah. I mean, but these are really cool, decorated. They had a gourd. I mean, it's all Art Deco because 1920s and all that. And so it must have been in the 1920s that it was actually open. But anyway.
In the movie I was thinking of was 1408. My bad.
Yeah, that's actually an okay movie. Some really cool stained glass and everything. The room was not the biggest room I've ever seen. And as a matter of fact, the bathroom, to get the door closed, you kind of had to give it an extra push past the toilet because the door rubbed on the toilet. My only real complaint about the bathroom is that the toilet was so low, I felt like I was kissing my knees.
And that's what the thing she said. She said, all toilets should be raised and widened.
I don't know that it should necessarily. I mean, this one could be taller. I felt like I was back in grade school, with the little itty bitty toilets. That's a little much.
So if you guys don't know, a low flow toilet is designed to save money. It is designed to be more ecological, and it's better for the sewage system.
This wasn't actually, low flow toilets are terrible for the sewage system.
Oh, see, now when I learned in aquatic based science, the low flows were designed to help out with the ecosystem and the sewage system. That's what.
Yeah, the problem with the low flow toilet though is because in cities like New York where you have the huge sewer systems, because the system doesn't flush as strong as it used to, they're getting so much buildup.
True.
It's not it's obvious it's not doing what it's supposed to do. But no, I mean this wasn't a low flow toilet. This was just a low toilet. No, this was definitely not. It wasn't a brand new toilet or anything like that. It was a low to the ground, flushed real loud kind of toilet.
See, again, she would demand that they'd have to accommodate her somehow. And my issue is, again, you pick a struggle, babe. And it's the same thing over and over again. These people demand this representation, this accommodation, but they proceed to keep screaming, we're a minority, we're an oppressed class. You keep wanting everyone else, because like the first thing I thought is, there are fat people who are not tall, J-Bay. There are fat people who have small asses. I guarantee you all can think of at least one woman you've seen in your life who has zero ass, thin legs, and an absolutely massive upper side. So her belly, her back, her boobs, her arms, all the way up. Think Gorlock, but with a smaller bottom. And it's
or just one of those flat bottom girls. The flat ass fat girls exist.
Exactly.
The negative ass exists.
Mm-hmm. And I want you to think about this. Imagine one of them poor, short, fat, flat bitches sitting down in that toilet and falling straight in because they had to have them fucking widened.
And then when they fall and they emulate a check mark.
Oh my God. I want you to imagine all that belly and tit just going straight into their face.
Oh, come on.
Where she ever
getting themselves. Oh, God.
That's a real thing. And so the thing is, it's like, I guess children, fuck all them kids now. No kid can ever go to the bathroom in a hotel again. And these are things that
parents are gonna have to start traveling with a step stool so they can get up on the toilet.
Right. Oh, now every hotel will have to have a toilet step stool accommodation to help. Like, again, they're so busy trying to accommodate themselves, they don't care who they end up fucking over, because in their mind, the major class, the privileged class should just be able to put up with it. Oh, well, those dirty capitalists pay so much to have that. Well, now they get to experience like the rest of us. But you're the same people that are wanting the luxuries that come with those classes.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense. And then the same people sit and go, oh, well, you don't treat me the same as a white person when you arrest me, but literally watch any body cam video. They will throw you down the same no matter what. Sometimes, as a matter of fact, in my personal opinion, I have seen the classes and people that claim they don't get the better treatment tend to get a little more leeway than they really should, a little more patience than they should. Although I will say there's one thing that I've noticed. If you're young, pretty, and big titty, they do give you a little more leeway.
Yep.
They do. That is true. And one guy, I literally said, can we stop just giving big titty young girls a pass? Because one of them was like constantly drunk driving and then acting like she shouldn't have to pay for that. And one guy came in the comments and said, clearly you must not have any. And I was like, 5 seconds on my channel could have prevented you from looking like an idiot, sir.
Right.
Like, because they assumed clearly she must be jealous of the girl's tits. No. I could donate some to her and she still would not be my size. And the point is, 95 to 99% of the interactions I see on those videos show that all of these social movements are bullshit. They have one or two. Come here, Sonny. No, don't go in there. They have one or two valid points, and the rest of them are bullshit. Come here, buddy. Come here. Look like a boy. Oh, who's my big, beautiful boy?
Oh, I'm gonna get up out of here. By the way, I only came in for the...
Did you enjoy the conversation, sir?
Well, no.
He just wanted to participate in the comic book portion of the night.
I mean, the conversation's interesting. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't want to like hijack the show.
Well, technically, I did as I usually do. So it's
we don't really run in such a manner that it is possible to hijack because we are not. We are chaos.
What's a structure?
we don't really host around here. We just show up and talk.
Sometimes we grab an animal and show it off. And
Yep.
sometimes we just completely run off the rails and start talking about random shit.
Yeah, everything else. Yeah. Sounds like us. Though maybe we should wrap up for the night.
Yeah, I was kind of getting drowsy. That's why I was like, kitty, pet. But well, I knew we were going to fly off the rails when we started laughing too much. I was like, oh shit, we're going to exhaust ourselves.
This is over.
This is over. We're not adulting tonight.
Mm-mm.
Oh, don't run away. I love you. Well, you start us off, babe.
So I am going to be moving back to my regular schedule. If I have the time to read Curse of Yig, that will be my story for Thursday night. Of course, I'll be on the midweek hump. There is no guest. We are just hanging out together and having fun. Apparently, Sheep, you are the show, according to Unlucky Maker, but we both know he's Norwegian and thus wrong.
Actually, he is a Viking.
You're right. He's black.
He's one of the original Moors.
All that laughter for the kitten massage.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I cannot wait. When I turn off this video in about 15 minutes, I'll find out whether or not I got snapped by Papa YouTube. You're gonna see how he feels.
Oh, but if I don't manage to read The Curse of Yig, we will do more Aesop's Fables. Then on Friday, I'm not going to lie, if I can scrape up the money, I may buy myself The Curse of Moria or the Return to Moria and play that because it looks really tempting to me. But, and unfortunately, I've not played Baldur's Gate in long enough that I feel like it's going to be a bit before I can return to it. Friday is kind of up in the air. Friday, I think we're going to do Neverwinter Nights as a run through with myself, Darylyn, Sheep, and Stardust, Crusader, our friend. And then Sunday, we'll probably end up doing the same thing, maybe. Depends on what Darylyn's got going on. Then Monday, I'll be back here with my good friend Starsan, where we will talk and joke and make fun of everybody and everything and enjoy the free little animals and remind people that herbivores eat meat too.
Herbivores.
Herbivores. It's a new sect of animal sheep. You know, you are not privy to this educational information. It's all right.
You right. I don't care though.
So bitch. And as for me, guys, you will see me tomorrow, hopefully at noon, unless of course something happens, as it always does. For instance, last Tuesday, the reason why you guys didn't see me was the whole house thing. I was starting that up. I was like, I got the text about 10 minutes before I went to go get on stream, and I was like, well, fuck the stream. And I just started doing all the proceedings for the house. And then I just got tired, and anyways, there is already a video in the pipeline. I am trying to get it to be full monetized. It should be coming out this Tuesday. It is about the holidays. Mm-hmm. And shockingly, what didn't snap me was the licensed material, but the Thanksgiving theme.
What?
I played 3 separate licensed material. It is not what got me. It's the greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes song. That shit got me. I have to share a revenue, so I'm trying to get that off. So I'm going to try to release a couple of videos this week because, as you all know, this is Vlogmas. This is when we all make our money on YouTube. So I've made quite a few videos. If all goes well, there's a surprise coming this month. I got to still contact all the people that won the fat privilege cards during my live stream. So yeah, you'll see me tomorrow live stream. Then you're going to see me Thursday. I might not be in the chat, but if all goes well, there'll be at least 3 videos out this week. If all goes well, please pray for me on that one. Then next Sunday, you will see me here with Mother to Smothered. And then next Monday with my darling, my beautiful, my nerd-rotaglicious StarMorata. So, guys, thank you for being here. Remember to get your animals spayed or neutered. Keep your dogs home right now. Do not bring them out and interact with strange dogs. Remember to tell people that are important to you that you love them and to be safe. So, Horror.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too.
Be safe.
You too.
Good night, everybody.